And we're live. Welcome to Late Night Chat with JT and Nico, episode 73. That's a banger.
Hey, man.
Absolutely. All right, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, Nico. Welcome back, buddy.
Jay, your background you're in the car there is looking a little different. What's going on?
Yeah, this is my room. I have a lot of lipstick and stuff and shit going on here now. I like to, sometimes dress up as a lady on the weekends, but we won't get into that. That's a whole other story.
No, that's not what's happening. Me and Jay are recording live once again after...
Finally,
this is what, 73? We started on episode 60 with social distancing. So it's been about
4 weeks.
10, 12, about 13 weeks. So it's been just over 3 months since we recorded an episode in person there for you guys.
4 months. It's so fucked up. But we did a lot more shows actually outside quarantine than we did in quarantine.
Yeah.
Sorry. We did a lot more in quarantine than we've done outside of quarantine. This is. Remember, I forgot about all the shit that's making me fucking go nuts. I haven't stopped looking around. I'm wondering.
Now you get to see like two different views of it.
Yeah, if everything's in the same spot. Like I didn't see that side before. I was always seeing the other side behind me, guys. Was where I do my nails and stuff like that. But exactly. That's another story. I told you. But how's everything been, Nico?
I'm good, man. Fuck. This is good, actually. I actually don't mind this setup. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I can look at the screen. I can look over at you. So I'm not just looking at the screen. We're actually still kind of distancing while recording, guys. We're not rubbing balls like we normally used to when we were recording before.
It's actually more comfortable.
It's actually a solution to the cramped space that we have, as well as distancing for the time being, but also because we don't have a camera that does like a widescreen view at the moment. So like this actually works. And then if we have guests on as well in this kind of format, we can actually also add them to the kind of the queue here, and they can kind of see both of us, right?
So they'll pop up there. With this too, I can actually read the comments and stuff for battles. If it was like this and stuff like that, it'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this isn't bad. This is working out so far. Let us know how it sounds, guys, in the chat there. If the sound is good, or
it's actually sounded pretty decent on my end.
If we're lagging at all over on your end,
you know what? If we're lagging, it sucks. But I think we're on the same system right now, and if anything, I don't think it's lagging. To be honest, I think we're just overthinking it. I told you we got two computers going, so it's a little bit different than the setup before.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. That's why I wanted to make sure everything was at the top. So let us know there in the chat if you guys are tuning in tonight. And yeah, this is good. This is interesting. So Jay, welcome back. Nice to see you in person, man.
It's been weird. I'm not used to having anything in my ears.
Jay forgot how to use the mic when he got here. Yeah.
I forgot how to set it up. I forgot how to make it move and turn it, not facing me and stuff. But it's just kind of weird. The whole setup. I like it actually. It's actually a lot more comfortable. I don't think it would be as bad to do this even all the time because we're apart from each other. We're still in the same room. If anybody knows this room, it's pretty distant. It's pretty, long. It's cramped, but it's long. So I mean, if you do it this way, it's a lot easier, right? With the table in the middle.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my view here for everybody too.
You just gotta make sure he's got the. He doesn't have to have me in the corner there. All this move around and play with. He's trying to get used to his setup because this has changed now for him.
Yeah, this is a little bit different, right? So
yeah, everything's getting all freaky and weirded out. This is kind of weird, dude. If you think about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we had to keep changing up, right? Changing with the times.
But you know what? I think a lot of people are doing this style, and you know, it's not like when they're back in the studio. I've heard there's a lot of radios and stuff like that, radio stations.
Yeah.
Talk shows that are back in the studio and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're all learning how to do this again. The right way, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, this is good. I was kind of worried, interesting. It was pretty loud on my end. Okay, we'll have to look into that one.
Yeah. Maybe just the actual volume maybe on the thing wasn't on.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's just the instrument music.
Music,
you said?
Yeah. As long as we're sounding good, that's what you're here for, right? To hear us talk.
Yeah, if you want the music, go look it up. It's on Spotify.
Thanks, Rob. How you doing there? Thanks for tuning in, as always.
Always, man.
I have another special guest pop through. I was told in the chat today. I'll give him a special shout out if he stops by here. Another one of my friends that I got back in contact with recently.
Look at you,
an old friend, yeah, a guy, my best friend essentially that I've known since childhood, man, since kindergarten.
Best friends you got, man. Hey, Peter's gonna get jealous.
Well, yeah, he was my best friend prior to Peter, for years and years, right? And we lost touch in our 20s. So, he just made a post the other day. And he was saying, hey, I'm starting a podcast with my friends and a couple of his good buddies who I've met in the past as well.
Yeah.
And I kind of, commented on it. And I was like, hey, looking forward to checking that out. So, I don't want to say it's the podcast thing because after that I said, hey, how's everything else? So I kind of felt it weird that was the first thing I said to him in fucking so long was me commenting on the show. So I kind of gave him a private message and we kind of chatted up quite a bit about this and that, but again, it was just a good excuse for me to finally reach out for whatever reason because I saw the post. It just kind of sparked me in something, and I'm socially awkward, as you know. So it gave me an excuse to be like, hey, what up? I've been doing a podcast, hey. But other than that, I said, aside from that, how are you doing? You know what I mean? That's what I said. I kind of just made a comment on the video. Hey, can't wait to watch it. I'm like, I haven't talked to this guy in forever. I'm like, he's gonna think I'm a fucking weirdo. I'm gonna message him, right? See what's up. But yeah, we're chatting again, and things are good. And he said he might come through in the chat tonight. I want to give his podcast a proper shout out. So I'll wait to see if he comes through, and then
that was
give it a shout out.
The other day, right? They were trying to do that. I think we had talked about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Through text. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anything. We could have just maybe sparked the interest, right? And to start the conversation again. You guys got stuff that's still, kind of in common and stuff like that. So maybe that's
oh yeah, man.
Nothing going,
We've
right?
known each other forever, so for me it was
weird,
nothing hasn't changed. You know what I mean? We're catching up, and
nobody wants to talk to me. Fuck them all, man. That's what I say.
Well, I gotta bring up a song though. Maybe we'll see if this one comes through a little bit better.
What's that? Just to see how it works?
No.
Oh.
Jay.
Nico's gone home on
me. I wanted to play this for you.
Guys.
You know this tune?
I think so, bro. Oh, yeah. You're fucked.
Jay, welcome back.
I wondered if that's... No.
It's a special time. It's a special occasion. We gotta sing this. Ready? Right.
Oh, you're fucked. Dude, you're too much, man. But I wonder how that one sounds. I hope that one's not coming through at all, dude. You're too messed up with me now. How long you been drinking for?
You ready? You ready for the chorus?
Oh,
ready?
I'm gonna tell your girlfriend you. I can't do it, dude. You threw that one on me. I can't.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I just want to serenade you for a little bit there.
Oh, that's a little much. That one killed me. I didn't know who you were directing that to, but
To you, my friend.
I know.
We're
No,
back.
no.
We're back together.
no,
We're back together. We're socially distancing, but we're back together.
oh, it's fucking. You're too much, man. That one threw me off. That one threw me for a little bit of a loop. So yeah. By the way, but yeah, you're a little bit too much. That's a little gay for me, bro. But we're all good. No homo. All right.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
We're off of that gay shit now. 2020. Who cares, man?
I'm just messing with you, bro. But that was kind of cool, man. That was threw me off. Threw me the whole. That threw me right off. I
can only do these things when we're in person. See, this is the thing, right? I kind of planned all of this now. Well, I gotta spring this on them.
What? How am I supposed to fucking focus now, man?
Me? Do you see the title of the episode?
Yeah, I know. How am I supposed to focus now on that one? Off that note, huh, guys? Tell me. Hey, now you're making me blush, man. to my nephew, look, I'm turning red. But yeah, so yeah. Other than that, how's everything else been with you, niece?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. Yeah, everything's okay. Like I said, I hope my friend comes through here and I can give him a shout out.
Have you been able to go out and enjoy yourself and walk around and get some fucking fresh air? And
let's say I hit the patios this week. I hit about 3 patios in 4 days.
Was it 3 or was it 4? No,
Christine hit, I think, the 4th one. She went the first day with some work friends after work.
She beat you. Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Gotta figure that one out. That's the first time that ever happened with this setup of being in the same room. Why is that?
I don't know. I'm wondering that one too. I can't think of it. I can't see that side. It's so different.
Fuck. That's too bad that you can't hear.
Yeah, I can't even fucking smoke. So don't even get me started on that one, dude. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But at least you can hear us. Like Nico said. But no, it's weird. That whole the context that I said it in might have been thrown off. It's all right. You might have to add it in there. That was
weird. So basically, what I did was I played Reunited, and it feels so good. The Peaches and Cream song, and yeah, sorry about that fucking sound sample that we're having for music. Apparently, I don't know. I must have connected something.
Is it muted? Is it off?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
and your Spotify's up. The volume on there is up, right?
Yeah, not sure. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Oh, it was weird.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's because of this new setup. We're still kind of figuring things out. We're back to the old days. Me and Jay showing up late. Setup's not working 100%.
Worse. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like in the beginning. Actually, so that kind of is what it is. They have a couple of little fuck ups. Remember that back in the day? Couple, man, you were sweating. That's not sweat. That's not making me sweat as much as it used to. Eh?
No.
They used to fucking stress them out, guys.
I was talking with my friend today, Nazim, and the guy who was saying that just started his podcast there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see there's some people in the chat here. I don't know if he's tuned in, like he said. Don't see him up in the chat here, but shout out to his podcast nonetheless.
Yeah.
If he does come through, Brews with the Crew.
I see.
They have their own website where I think they are uploading the audio, like the actual podcast. And I don't know how much content they're going to be doing on YouTube yet. They put a little teaser for the episode that they just did out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where they played a game. But yeah, good name actually, Brews with the Crew. I'm surprised that they were able to get that name on YouTube, because I'm surprised no one else had done that. Like if you
type it in.
You type it in. There's other people that have named the videos that, but I think their actual YouTube account is called that. So that was quite impressive. I was like, you guys are able to snag that. It's a good one, right? Because I mean, that's another concept, just getting together and having some beers with your boys and stuff, right, and chatting. So I like the idea of it. It's a show basically where it's the same thing, like I had mentioned, like us, where they could talk about a wide variety of different topics, right? So I think it's interesting listening to their first episode. It's already way better. Like I listened to it, it's way better than how like ours was when we started off, because these guys are all good friends. Not that you and me weren't good friends, but this whole podcasting thing was kind of new to you at the time, and like you're sometimes a quiet guy, and sometimes the back and forth conversations when we started out was kind of hard, right?
Yeah.
To get that kind of rhythm, that flow between you and me. I mean, we've come a long way since then, but I think that those first few episodes, we were kind of trying to figure that out still,
Yeah,
right?
still trying to figure the groove out.
And these guys, I mean, I listened to it and they already got it figured out because, you know what I mean, they're still good friends and some of them have done podcast stuff already. So, like, yeah, it's they got it down. I was kind of sent them a few comments today about it, kind of just some feedback because I listened to it. He was just wondering because we've been doing this a while, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, they got it. So you guys check it out if you're interested. You're a fan of this. I'm hoping to get him on as a guest maybe in the next week or the week after, whenever he's available to come on.
Yeah.
A friend of mine. But check it out if you guys are interested. If you like this show, I think they're still in that stage right now because this is like they only put out like a smaller episode where they're still trying to figure out what the show is. You know what I mean? Like kind of like our show has changed up quite a few times through the 70 some episodes that we've done. We've kind of changed the direction of what it was or what we kind of wanted to do with the approach, right? So they're still during that stage. That's all I said to him. That was my only feedback, like negative. I'm like, it sounds great to me so far. Like the guy knows how to do sound editing down the podcast and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys like what we do here, definitely check it out because I really enjoyed the first episode. They touched on a lot of topics. Most notably, obviously, what's going on with like the BLM movement, Black Lives Matter movement, and these guys, he's like brown. So there's a couple of guys that are brown, so they would know,
what's going on more.
Yeah, well, they spoke.
Understand it.
Yes, exactly. So they spoke to that, and I agree with a lot of the points they made. They made some great points and stuff like that, and I was trying to explain to him earlier today. I'm like, yeah, of course we talked about it on the show, but I'm like, again, we're white guys, so like, you know what I mean? Like maybe what we have to say on the topic isn't really as
we don't matter so much. It's the whole thing on the topic itself, but no, there was also. Did you also see that there was a contra?
Let her rob.
Yeah, BT that a BT Awards video from the baby there that had a black light. It was part of the Rockstar thing.
I saw that in his video. Yeah.
It was a little,
people are calling it controversial, right?
It
because it's one of those things where they stepped on his neck.
He was holding it down the whole time, right? The same way, right? Kind of not the same way, obviously, but but then he had everybody with what do you call that? Masks and the shirts of just it is to start. It's not to start something, but it's to kind of put it out there. And there is the BET words. I don't know how that works out and plays out, how that's going to play all together, right? But they did air it, so we'll have to see and hear.
Yeah, he won the number one, the hip hop. What is the hip hop artist of the year? He won right at the awards. As well, right?
And rightly too, right? Really. So I mean, I think he deserved it.
He's still big. I will say though, I gotta say, I didn't agree with everybody when they were talking about how like change your flow up, change it up a little bit, man. And then he went and tried to change your flow up, and people weren't as big of a fan of the flow, myself included. Right? Like he proved them wrong that saying that he could not change it up because he could, but then I don't think we were buying what he was selling with the new flow either. So I think it's kind of. He's in an interesting kind of avenue for me now as a rapper. Like I was fine with what he was doing, but at the same time, I could understand when people were saying like every song sounded the same. You got one style. It's fair criticism. I know, but it's a fair criticism. But that's what I mean. Like if that's what he does, that's what he does, right? But at the same time, it's like, I wasn't against him kind of trying to change it up, right? But
no, I don't think he should have changed it up. I think he should have just still rapped different lyrics, different words. Yeah. Different, and he's getting better as the songs are getting, he's getting more and more lyrically. You just get better at what you do, right? You get a lot of time to yourself to practice it and do all that. Mm-hmm. Not practice it, but better yourself in it, right? Because it was his first year. It came out, made it big, made it huge, and now he was still able to pull off a video during that whole COVID time down there, and in that whole video, even the video in the beginning of that with the mummies and stuff like that, where he's coming out. There's two parts to that whole video, right? There's two different versions, right? There's the one with holding down the guy holding him down.
I didn't even watch it. I just saw the clip. I saw the picture of it, and I saw like the headline that basically said like he shocked people with the video because And I mean, like if anybody knows about getting in trouble with the law. It's the baby. Like he's gotten in trouble for like a lot of things with cops, right?
Yeah.
So like, and I'm sure that he has felt, felt that the effect of, cops beating him up unnecessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Brutality. Sorry, I blanked on the word there for a moment.
Yeah. But yeah, that what you were saying about how your buddy was talking about that, right? You guys got into a conversation about that? Is that right?
A little bit, yeah, because they chose to go into some more serious topics on the first episode, and kind of like I was talking to him about that, and I mentioned, hey, I agree with everything you guys said. It's good that you said it. I know it means a lot. It's of the moment. That's good. But he even understood it. He's like, yeah, we kind of wanted to mix it up a bit. Like we did not want to touch on that, but at the same time, I don't want to do it all 100%, like more serious topics. Anyways, kind of there's enough of that and this and that, right, out in the world. And yeah, so we were just kind of having a chat about that, right? I mean, we both were agreeing with each other. Like I knew where he was coming from, and I actually like that they taught. It's just like for a first episode, you know what I mean? Like it's a serious topic to kind of bring up, right? And I know they're just trying to test the waters with that, but
it could work. It could work really good.
No, it did. That's what I mean. It was a good conversation that the guys had on there, and I think and they talked about a couple other things too.
That was a test run.
Yeah, it's a 40-minute episode that they put out, and that's what I mean. The chemistry is there. I was saying for them, the sound is good. That's what I mean.
I haven't had a chance to listen. I
check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah,
right?
it wasn't on YouTube though. It's the podcast is on the website, so I'll have to point it out to you.
Yeah, because I only had their the YouTube thing that you were talking about to check them out, right? Yeah. So I did it that way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just kind of gave you some feedback in there, and great start. Just because, like I said, a lot of the things that we kind of worked our way towards doing, they already got. Like I could tell just by this test, right? Like the chemistry is there, audio was good, and they're kind of touching on different topics, right? And they know not to let hog the mic or like step over each other while talking.
Yeah, such a pain in the ass to do.
my buddy Nazim, he's kind of, if I had to say my role on the show, we're kind of trying to direct the conversation. That's what he kind of was doing on it. And yeah, so it was working. It worked well. I think, it was a pretty good first episode. So check it out, guys. Brews with the Crew. I think it's just .com, maybe. It's the website. Again, I was expecting him to show up in the chat here to let me know here, and if he does, So, but yeah, check it out. I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find it. They have a Facebook page. They as well also have an Instagram page, and it was a good first episode. I really dug it. Yeah. So,
check it out.
Anyways, what else? There was. Did you hear the newest headline that came out today? I just saw it. If you want to talk a little bit about hip hop news, it's been a while. I find we kind of touch on stuff here and there, but it's been a while that we talked about some hip hop related stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the last couple of shows we talked about Buck being broke, and then we talked about the Ja Rule thing with the Euro video, which is fucking hilarious. 50 fucking started it on him.
See, I didn't see that. I didn't actually see that clip after. I didn't get to see or anything that you sent me. Remember when you sent me about 50 started it on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that part after.
He basically went on to say that this is what happens when you fuck with me. Your whole label is selling euros.
Oh, okay. No, I seen that. So yeah, no, maybe it wasn't from where you sent it to me from.
He posted on his Instagram. He posted like a screenshot of the video or something, and he just kind of wrote on it like, "This is what happens when you fuck with me. I got your whole label selling euros." And I'm just dying, bro. It's like, yeah, I mean, like that's.
What do you think was good?
But he dragged his whole label into it, though. That's what was funny. Like he was just calling like all his boys, I guess all like the Murder Inc. guys and stuff like that, who never, right? That still associates with them, right?
I wonder if they have to, if they're still all friends and they still all.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. That's why he's like your whole label selling euros now. And I think maybe there's other guys that were on the show.
I think people on here want you to do the dance with the socks. The Ja Rule Greek dance. That's what it is, man. I think they'd be dying to see that one. I think it's going to do some low budget commercials for people. Guys, that'll be coming soon.
Yeah.
No, I was telling you that he talked about it on the Joe Budden show. They were talking about it on there.
Yeah.
I don't talk too much about this and that, but I want to hear what they had to say on that. The point of that was, but
I
know you get to listen to it a lot. I haven't had the chance.
I try to listen to it after the fact because certain things I know they're going to talk about on the show, I like sometimes to come here and talk about it freely without knowing their side of things, because I don't want to come back here and basically just regurgitate some of the stuff they said. But in the same sense, sometimes I do like hearing what they have to say because sometimes I don't know shit about something that I do want to talk about, and I'd like to hear their opinion on it. So it does help sometimes, right? Like, but I get what you're saying. But yeah, go ahead, because what did they have to say?
I was telling you last week. Was it last week on the show? About how after when he showed us the video, like when he played that video on the StreamYard here from YouTube, and we had showed it the whole thing. They were talking about it, and they said, like you said, a guy was telling you, he put himself up there. He's got everybody talking about him again, right? Regardless of how,
right?
He's making money off of it. He's doing something, right? And he's got, and the only thing I didn't agree with him on was that he thinks that Ja Rule's a better rapper. I didn't agree. I mean, maybe some songs than 50 and just
who said that? Button?
I think he was directing it towards. He was directing it towards somebody. I don't know. He's saying he was a great rapper. And
listen, Ja Rule had a run.
He did have a run.
Let's not deny it. Listen, I know everyone loved the shit on him
afterwards,
me included.
Yeah.
And after 50, because 50, like that was my guy at that time. Like if you fucking gonna beef with 50, I'm not gonna listen to you anymore, pretty much. Especially somebody like Ja Rule.
Yeah,
like at that point, he was on the way out. But they destroyed that fucking guy's career. Like honestly, like no one wanted to hear from him after that because he was the king of New York at that time. Like New York hip hop, like 50. Yeah. No one wanted to fucking hear from his ass after everyone dissed him, man. Like nobody did.
But that was the problem, right? And then you go up, and at least he took a chance. Took a chance because not a lot of them would do that and take that chance.
He had a lot of I mean, he shouldn't have said anything about Eminem. First of all, that was a mistake.
That was a big mistake.
Was a fucking big mistake.
Yeah, and it's just like we've learned with everybody.
That one line though was fire when he said that.
Which one are you talking about?
When your mother's a crack whore and Kim is a known slut, so what's Haley gonna be when she grows up? That was what Ja Rule said at the end of the song where he dissed 50 Cent. That was the last line.
Yeah, and then you do that, and you wake up the giant.
And I gotta say that line, man. And they even mixed it into one of the disses Eminem had on one of those mixtape at the start. They played it, and then they kind of had like a DJ fucking skip thing, and then it's just like Eminem just starts laughing, like he's just like, all right. And then he has a skit with Haley, and that's the one where he says about we're gonna shove this Emmy up Ja Rule's ass, the one he won from the movie, right? And he even says that in the new Bang remix as well. He says, well, the Bang remix that leaked, the Conway,
and stuff.
Which we'll get into next. He says that, and again has a line similar to that where he talks about shoving something up Ja Rule's ass. Like he loves saying.
That's what they were wondering about. Is that if it had something to do with that?
Yeah.
If it had something to do if he was talking about Ja Rule's ass, or if he was talking about Diddy's ass, or if he was talking about Revolt's ass. They were all trying to figure out in that Button was trying to figure out the three of them. They were already, those guys. Trying to figure out fucking whose ass they're
right.
shoved up, right?
Yeah.
So there's that one guy. Who's that one guy that likes to really go head to head with Button on things on certain topics? There. Is that guy?
Rory, white guy.
Yeah. They go hardcore on
I like Rory
because they don't always see eye to eye.
Yeah, but they're friends. Good. But they're friends, so it's okay, right?
It works out pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
I think so. But yeah, that whole Bang thing. Yeah, did you actually hear that whole piece there? That little you didn't hear it in that first clip because it didn't come out when it came out.
The only thing I heard you talking about the Bang remix. Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, Eminem has said as much in interviews more recently as well that he sometimes records multiple verses on songs that he does. There was, I guess, an alternate part of a verse on the Bang remix with Conway the Machine, somebody who signed to his label. That came out. This came out months ago. This came out before the New Year Bang when the Conway the Machine album came out. That was one of the singles.
That was a single.
And Eminem was on it. Good track. I liked it, and I like this, and I like what he even said in this verse. But in the verse, he basically said something. He took shots at Revolt, but then at the same time, he went ahead and said, "Diddy, you're cool" or some shit. Like not like
Diddy, you're cool, but yeah,
like fuck Revolt. Yeah. Like how could you say no offense, Diddy, but then diss Revolt? Essentially go at MGK as a result once again because he already dissed him on the MGK diss sneakily, right? Again, and even in this one, he's like he keeps not wanting to diss Puffy, but at the
he's taking that chance. he's really putting it out there, right? He's really trying to see if he's gonna get a reaction.
Oh, he's pissed now.
I haven't seen any reaction.
Again, that the only clip I saw from that Button podcast, he said that he's pissed.
Well, yeah, they talked about
right, because he works for him in Revolt.
Yeah.
But then he took multiple other shots on Joe Budden on there and Revolt. But then basically just said, yeah, no offense to Diddy or whatever. But then Revolt, right after the leaked verse, that verse leaked, Revolt on their social media said, fuck you to Eminem. And then Eminem's name got drug into all the BLM, Black Lives Matter stuff going on.
There we go. I didn't see that. I didn't see how far that went.
And he had to make a statement about that because now they were trying to put the ball in his court and say, oh yeah, you're gonna talk shit about us. Okay, so now this is just some sort of distraction from what's going on or whatever. They basically made it a black-white thing in response. Right.
Yeah,
meanwhile,
for the media,
it's not like his can't leak this. At least we don't know. They may have. Who knows? They're trying to claim that they did it and it didn't need to get out there. Apparently, the other song that leaked that they said in the same fashion after the fact was the "What If I Was Gay" song with him and Joyner, which again, not a good song.
Weird song. To be not for anything, just a weird song for him to be singing.
I don't need to hear their stance on them thinking. You know what I mean?
They don't need the political views. I just need to tell them who the fuck off and who the
just like sometimes white people shouldn't be speaking for some of these things.
Yeah.
Neither should you speak for gay people.
Exactly.
And Eminem, somebody who notoriously has bashed gay people, jokingly or not, over the years, should not be speaking for gay people on a song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? It's all entertainment.
That was not a good song, Jay.
That song was not good, but if it was a good song, would you be entertained? Now, that's the question. If you didn't like the song lyrically, okay, I understand one thing. That's
I just didn't like the message.
But if they were still talking about him being gay, if he was gay, would you have a problem with that after? That's the question.
Would I have a problem with Eminem being gay? No, what the fuck would I care?
But would it
change something?
Would it change the difference?
I don't think so.
With the way you looked at the song, because that obviously makes a difference, right? If he was, and he made a song like that,
but he's not.
Or if the lyrics were different in the song, and they weren't those lyrics that they used to be. You're not a big fan of the way it came across.
I just don't
came across a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he still had his things with Elton John, and they still talk, and they still did those.
No, but that's neither here nor there. Has nothing to do with this. The song itself, I don't think was a good song.
Period. Yeah.
And I don't think.
And I'm agreeing with you on that.
Yeah. And I get where they were going with it.
Yeah.
By the way, we're talking about a song that leaked like months ago. By Joyner Lucas before the album dropped that he did with Eminem. He had mentioned he did another song with Eminem, right?
Yeah.
And it was a song that leaked. It's really hard to find. I try to find it on the internet. They fucking scrubbed that shit from the internet pretty well. I don't even have a copy of it. You do, I know.
Yeah.
And it's a song it's called "What If I Was Gay," I think it was. Yeah. And it was with Joyner Lucas. And hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? It was with Joyner Lucas and it was with Eminem. And yeah, they were commenting about, basically he was trying to put himself in the shoes of a gay person, and then he tries to say it. Well, what if I was gay? And then he's trying to. The verse is basically him describing his perspective from a gay man's perspective of some sort.
That was him,
and then Joyner's talking about a gay man who's been picked on all his life or something like that. I get where they were going with it, but it just did not work. Like it was not.
It works like it would work if it was if they were talking on different topics, like a white guy and a black guy.
See, now the song that Joyner did, where he did that, I'm not racist. That was masterfully done.
Well, and I think they tried to do that in that other way.
Right. But it just
work.
No.
It's like
it did feel weird hearing Eminem talk about it. I'm sorry, I can't get away from that. I'm just being honest.
I don't know, but did it make it funny or did it make it weird?
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's.
I don't need to hear his he could have made it. He can make a statement about it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a weird, and then even alluding to the fact that he might be gay at the end of that song, and then what we would think of him if he was. Yeah. Who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? I don't know. It seemed like an odd.
Good music. That's all.
But it wasn't a good song. No. Yeah.
We've already come to that.
Yeah. Anyways, I know we're just doing circles right now.
Yeah. Now we're going around, but no. Also with that Joe Budden podcast too, there was something else about that. Like I said, and what else leaked this week was that that Busta Rhymes thing. And it
Yeah.
got me doing a little bit of looking into it because I wanted to know why. Because apparently Busta Rhymes had did a bunch of songs. Rappers used to just throw songs out there like that to people.
Yeah.
No contract, no nothing, and they used to just, they used to get drunk. They used to have a studio. They used to just start rapping. Right. They used to throw freestyles on, and they would be recorded. But nobody would actually make a contract to put it out on the radio. So nothing was actually in money, in dollar form.
Right.
Which was kind of a smart thing in Busta Rhymes area, because he used to throw a lot out there.
Yeah.
And be featured on
well, this
songs.
You gotta remember too, this is coming off of Busta started doing mixtape stuff back when it was popular too, right? And this is a guy that's been around a long ass time. And he started pumping out mixtape stuff when that was still cool to do, right? Like he hooked up with DJ not Funk Flex, not Drama, what the fuck is his name? KCA. He did a lot of stuff with him. But yeah, anyways, he does.
They were going off, and they were talking about that whole what's that song?
The Drake one.
The Drake one. They were talking.
Drake song.
Yeah, and I was reading an article too. I was just looking, making sure that it was they were talking about it the right way. I mean, obviously, it's a recognized podcast, so I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not talking bullshit. But I mean, I don't know. It's the first time I really paid attention to that podcast for the first time. So, but yeah, no, they honestly, he was smart by putting music out like that and waiting, because now when that whole Swiss Beats, they were at a party I'm pretty sure they were at a party for Rihanna, if I wasn't right?
Yeah.
And this whole thing came out, and they found out about the song leaking, and they had this talk, and it's probably on the internet too, the talk that they had a phone conversation.
Chris Beats and him? Yeah, he was pretty pissed about that leaking, because I guess that was his beat, right?
Yeah, they were a little bit drunk, but then he actually had to come back and apologize the next day. That's
Drake?
No. Swiss Beats came back and put out a statement the next day apologizing.
I didn't know that.
To Busta Rhymes.
To Busta.
Yeah. Because of the way he acted, and it was the way the call was perceived. And Busta was just trying to get off the topic, because he's been around a long time.
Sure.
He knows how the industry works.
Yes.
He knows if he says the wrong thing, it comes out onto the fucking news.
Right.
And now he's getting older. You could tell, even when he's talking, he's like, oh man, it's
Busta Rhymes? Yeah.
You could tell. But he's still sort of fire. Yeah. He still got songs. He still gets sort of.
He doesn't fucking care. Like, so, you get the fuck out of my face with this leak song bullshit. Like, what the hell do I care, right? Like,
exactly.
He probably wanted that shit out there too, because it's Drake and fucking Busta. Oh, because it's his beat. And they scrapped it.
Even Busta, because Busta never gave anybody permission for that song to be out there.
A fucking Drake and Busta song, though.
They're saying that OVO might have leaked it.
Yeah.
Right, because OVO's been doing that a lot lately. Right?
Yes.
So
they have a radio thing, OVO Radio. They sometimes they've accidentally played songs before.
Snippets or something like that to try to throw it in there. But
that's the thing with these leaked songs, right? And it's caused a lot of issues recently. Like, look, we just named two different scenarios where songs leaked. We were one from Shady's camp, one from Busta Rhymes, and whatever Drake's camp right there, right? And those are big artists, right? So these songs leaking, and the money hasn't actually been, you know what I mean, like distributed properly to these producers or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. So
it's not even talked about.
Or it might be like, I didn't like my verse on that, because unless both artists are cool with it, that's not going out, right? I mean, a lot of artists have a right to say, no, I don't like my verse on that thing. We'll put it out, right? Like, especially in the collab with somebody, right? So
don't get me wrong. Now that song could have probably made some good money.
Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't see eye to eye, so we decided to leak it out there, right? I don't know. Or I'm not saying that they did, but
So Biden talked about this on the podcast.
It was surprising. And
he doesn't normally talk about Busta, because Busta apparently fucked his.
It was the phone call, and he was telling the Busta that he gave, the credit where credit was due.
They called into the podcast?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Roy were discussing.
Yeah.
So he was trying to figure out who, they all have they have their speculation.
Sure.
Right? They always call it speculation, right. But half the time they know who told them what.
Other industry guys, right? So a lot of the time they throw out their theories, they end up being true. But there's a lot of backlash from people that come on there and they like to fucking, you know what I mean, like throw shots back at them as a result of what they've said on that show, because they know a lot of people see it. And sometimes when you put something out there, it becomes fact, right? Like especially something big like that, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like
That's why you got to kind of tippy toe around it. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And they were making sure that they were, crossing their T's and dotting their I's and
Right.
stuff, right, when they said certain things. So it was actually very interesting, the whole podcast itself in general. And then he calls up Royce, right?
Yeah, he calls up Royce down there.
It throws me off, man, because I'm not expecting that, because of him and Billy.
Him and Royce are good friends, though, yeah.
You know what's funny is that even when they were talking about the M thing there in the bank, he kind of stood up for him, but he just didn't like that. He didn't like the fact
his response was very mature.
Yeah.
That is not something that he would say back in the day when he was rapping.
I didn't think so.
No.
Right?
No, it's a very mature response. Even, you gotta remember, too, the last time that he talked shit about him was when the Revival album came out, and he fucking talked shit about that same song that I really fucking hate. That white boy, white boy, white boy. And there's like fucking like whatever, right? Like, even now, that song's horrendous. So you think about if that song came out now, no one would want to hear that shit from him, right? I mean, shut the fuck up.
Well, that would be right.
Right? A lot of those political shit songs, whatever that he did on those albums are right now.
America and all that
right?
stuff.
No one wants to fucking hear that shit. I remember when we did the Eminem battle, and your buddy Mike was in the chat. He's like, "Hey, you play White America?" I'm like, "I'm not playing that song."
I would have played it, man.
He said, "I'm not fucking playing that song."
You need a little bit of controversy.
It wasn't on my list anyways, right? I'm just saying I wasn't gonna play it, but like I always thought like
throwaway song.
No, but he's got but like if you go back and listen to some of the songs, he's talking about like white rights in a lot of those songs because at the time it was him against Bush. It was the Bush administration. It was a different time. Not that it was different. That shit was still going on then, and a lot of people hated Bush too for the same reasons. But I mean, it was just different. It was a different set of circumstances in terms of like their president, like the way they looked at Bush and they hated him too. But like it was different. They were dealing with different problems. I think that at least what was on, problems. At least for
what's going on now.
Yeah, thank you.
More along the weight lines than along the more along the whole country lines.
Yes.
Than so much right now. Just about
those problems were there. They just weren't focused.
They've always been there, and those are the ones they don't put on the
focus. I get where you're saying.
Those are the ones they don't always put on the news and stuff like that until somebody dies, unfortunately, and that's what happens. But they, there was a lot of storms. There's a lot of weird stuff. I was going to say something about that, but I tried to. Speaking of songs and the songs that speaking of our battle there, I'm trying to confirm this freaking date now. And you were right. It's hard to confirm afterwards. We thought it was. He said he was ready for any day, right? So I said Friday for sure.
I was told you guys. I mean, last time we spoke, I said I thought you guys were doing it Friday, but I just said confirm a time. So if you want to shout it out now, we don't have the time. We're going to make a post hopefully in the next day or two if you haven't heard back from him about it. But yeah, Jay, if you want to announce your next battle there, Jay, Jay's going to be battling Peter. For our next battle of the bangers this Friday, hopefully. I
would like to do it Friday because. Ultimately, it's the best for me. I'm not going to be going anywhere. I got to work at 6 in the morning the next day, so it's going to be, it's kind of like a fucking refill after this whole long weekend and beer and everybody fucking buying shit and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. But it feels good. I mean, like this thing here, I see this feels good thing. It's nice to be back in person, guys. I mean, really, it kind of needed it, sort of. It gets a little bit weird when you're not, I'm still looking at the camera on the fucking computer because it's throwing me off. I mean, I can look face to face with Nico and have a discussion here, guys. Yeah. But it's a little bit weird.
Well, that's why the angles like this a little bit today, but I think it's working out so far. But let us know, like we're kind of, that's why I'm looking back and forth at the screen and at Jay because we're technically in the same room distancing here.
Yeah,
But battle this Friday. Hopefully that
works out.
Check our Instagram or Facebook, guys. We'll be posting the time and the exact date, but it should be this Friday as expected. And the battle is Ludacris. JT's got Ludacris and Peter's got 50 Cent. And Battle of the Bangers this Friday. So if you haven't watched one of those shows before, come through on Friday live. If we start around 8 or 9, we'll have to decide. But basically in these Battle of the Bangers, these guys both play songs by both artists back and forth to one another, like usually in a 10-song battle, and you guys in the comments vote on which one was your favorite song. So they're kind of fun, they're interactive, we've been having a fun time with them. They're kind of like similar to the battles a lot of people are doing. Actually, a battle that's fucking going on right now that I'm disappointed to be missing out on. The same time as our show actually started at 8. And I'm sure I'll end up watching the replay on YouTube. Jadakiss was facing Fabulous at on a battle.
Oh, Battle for Battle
on IG Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jadakiss and Fab are battling tonight at 8 p.m. So I'm gonna have to check that on the replay.
Are they on those ones? They using new verses, or are they going
the whole catalog? The whole catalog. Yeah. Sometimes these guys slip a new song in, but they usually do it at the end because if you're gonna play it during the battle, it gets no play. Like people don't like to hear new shit because they don't have a connection with it.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is
they
this?
Promote it and say come at the end, tune in at the end for a new song.
Yeah, some guys have did that. Yeah, and that's when you should do it. If you guys, all these people checking in and watching the whole show, at the end you can play the song and then you can hear comments on it, but not like during the battle because a lot of these things are nostalgia driven. Why the fuck does anyone want to hear a new song, right? How can you judge a song hearing it for the first time over a well-known hit, right?
Yeah,
so,
it's true. Yeah. I get what you're saying. The problem is it's pretty good when they can do it right now if they went straight for straight new verses, new battles like the new battle.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I find that interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about you guys or anybody out there, and yeah, I find that would be more interesting if they can come with new shit right off the top of their head like they used to do it back in, you know, when they were in booths and stuff like that. And
right.
They freestyle it, right? That'd be cool for fucking for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so yeah, again, going back to though, because we bounced around a little bit there. I did want to say that I was surprised as a mature response to the Bang verse, but at the same time, it's like Button doesn't rap anymore, really. So you know what I mean?
He's retired.
Yeah, he keeps saying
younger than me, and he's retired.
You know, he's been bigger than he ever has been doing what he's doing now. So why would he want to go back to rapping? I understand he could and probably have more success than he ever had with the audience he's gained from doing all the podcasting and this and that and everything else. Yeah. But you know, at the same time, you know, his type of music is you know, it's not probably going to change, and I don't think many people were fans of it before that. And then I was a huge fan of his music. I'm a fan of him as a personality, doing the podcast now and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm into what he's been doing either way. But yeah, I gotta say it wasn't a mature response of him saying to M basically, yeah, he basically saying like it doesn't count, the verse leaked, he never meant to get out there. Shouldn't be considered. And like the verse itself was fine. I liked the verse. I thought the song was good to begin with. I thought you know what he had to say was whatever. You know, he made the typical button kind of you know joke that lots of people have.
The catch his attention too,
yeah.
So that he gets talking about a show on the show.
Yeah.
So if you do that, that's not a stupid thing to do, really.
But the fact that he fucking called out Revolt and then said, "Diddy, don't worry about it, we're cool." Like you can't say that. You can't fucking call out a man's company and then no, but honestly, we're cool. That's like a Neeks move when I used to rap and shit. Like you know what I mean? That's like sometimes you do that. You pull the no, but that's what I mean. Like, the way that diss is gonna get taken is that he does really mean fuck you. I'm just saying he's not fun. He's tiptoed around it so. That's probably why he didn't want it to get out. So then he put out the MGK disc when he dissed MGK, which is even more of a like
straight up smack to the face. Well, no, because he had to go ask Vinny. He had to go ask Vinny.
Right. Again, he didn't drag. He dragged his name into it, but he didn't diss him directly. But as a result of you putting your name, listen, I know, intentionally making disses like that. When you put somebody's name into something, you're dissing him as a result. You know what I mean? Like in a way.
I think when it happens, if it does happen, and then he gets a little bit more, you know, pissed off, he's not gonna hit.
He'll fuck him in business, though. That's what I mean. Like
Puffy could fuck him in business, but no, he's not. What I'm saying. You can't really compare that because you got Aftermath and you got Interscope.
He's big business too. I'm just saying, like if anything, he's gonna try to find a way to fuck him in business, not fuck him with like you know what I mean.
50's a businessman. If anybody could compete with, I think Puff Daddy when it comes to business, in such a short period of time, I think 50 could.
Yeah.
Right? So I mean, really, if he wants to reach into, and I think maybe that's why Puffy hasn't got. Puffy had to give MGK that permission. Remember with that diss track, he had to. Yeah. You can't just go out and put a fucking song.
They both were produced by the same fucking guy. Those disses, the Eminem one, and the MGK one. That's what was so ridiculous about it. Yeah. They had the same guy in camp, fucking producing both their songs. That's why that whole fucking beef was bullshit to begin with.
Just to get it started. Wake the beast. Yeah. And then what did it do? It woke up Eminem. You got him out of that fucking sleep to put out fucking better album.
Yeah.
right? And to come out there and make MGK look like a fucking kid. Yeah, you go back to do your rock and roll music.
It's funny because Crooked Eye of the former group Slaughterhouse, they're always putting these rumors out there that they think that they could get back together or they can get in the booth again, and they're trying to convince Budden. But then he put out a tweet after that disc was leaked. He's like, "Oh, I almost had Budden recording again. So I guess it's not happening now or something," because technically Slaughterhouse is under Eminem's label, right? Shady. So it just every time like they keep making every time some time goes by and Budden's just straight up like, "No, I'm not doing anything with Slaughterhouse. I'm not recording these. It's not happening." And then like one of the Slaughterhouse guys will like put the rumor out there that, "Oh yeah, Royce is in and Joel Ortiz is in. We're just waiting on Joe. We're trying to convince them." And then like something will happen and then it'll just squash all the rumors, right? So it's not happening, guys. Just get over it. Like I'm over it. Honestly, when those two combined, when he signed him, that was one of my favorite moments in hip hop when he signed that group, man. Because I was excited because I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna get Budden and Eminem on the track. And of course, this guy's an asshole and he fucking didn't like the track that Eminem was on with him, and then they removed him from the tracks of Eminem. That's
and
why
the song still came out though.
Yeah, that's
so
what. This is the whole thing with their so-called beef back then. It's because he didn't like Eminem's rapping, I guess, at that point in time, right? And he didn't agree with some of the choices he made for the group. So as a result, they removed him from on the Slaughterhouse album. On the intro, Eminem's on the intro, I think, with the rest of them, or maybe the song after the intro, and his verse was on it. And I guess they removed the verse. Maybe he asked to remove his verse. But then all of a sudden, like that song between those two guys never came. And apparently there's stuff out there that's like never being heard or never will be. Like for me though, at the time, like that was a huge fucking thing, and it's just I'm never gonna see it. Like apparently, I'm never gonna get that. Who knows? With things leaking out these days, maybe we'll see it one day. I was like, for me, that was like the biggest thing because like two artists that I really fucking enjoyed, he signed him. So I was like, this is it. And then it was like, of course, this guy goes and makes it a toxic relationship like everything fucking else in his life at that point. Right? But anyways, I'm just fanboying out. Did you hear about, speaking about hip hop news, did you hear Dr. Dre, his wife filed for divorce reportedly today?
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if he has a yeah.
It depends on the young man, probably. I would think so, dude. He's not that stupid.
He got married after NWA tour.
He's been married that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows, bro? They might not even. It doesn't matter, regardless. If he's been paying for her ever since, if she doesn't have her own job or anything, he's fucked. In the States, they got different rules than us.
I have to read into this a bit more. Actually, hold up. I think I have an article right here. I did see it.
They got different fucking rules than us, man, when it comes to alimony and fucking all that stuff, spousal support and all that crap.
Yeah, Dr. Dre's wife reportedly files for divorce after 24 years of marriage. So
that's pretty long, man.
So what? That's
that long.
9. So that's like 1996, I think.
He's got kids, right?
Yeah.
Looks like they stuck together for the kids.
According to TMZ, well, TMZ is kind of bullshit half the time. But Nicole Young filed the paperwork Monday, citing the usual silly goal differences.
Reconcile.
Yeah, thank you.
How am I correcting you?
I know.
I was just thinking Nico's got a word that he fucked up.
Sorry, I had a couple glasses of wine. I know. I'm like, I can't read this right now. I know that word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. The difference is the reason for a split from the hip hop mogul. It was one of those things where I tried to read the fucking word too fast, and then I just tried to backtrack, and I'm just like, yeah, this isn't going well. I'm like, thank you, Jay. That's why you're on the show. Dre married Nicole on May 25th, 1996, and they have 2 adult children together, a son named Trulis and a daughter named Truly. What kind of fucking names are those? So they won't have to
name their kids fucked up.
So they won't have to deal with child support. Sources connected to Nicole say there is no prenup. Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
sources. Dre's net worth. Okay, take a guess at what his net worth is. We all know he's a millionaire.
Yeah, I thought he was more than a millionaire.
There's the fucking guy. Nazim, what's going on? Now he chimes in. We want prenup. We don't prenup. That's like Kanye West line, I believe.
That's true, man. We need prenups. No, that's why nobody wants to sign it. Me, fuck it.
So yeah, once again, shout out to Nazim there. I don't know if you're in the you were watching earlier, Nazim. I gave your podcast a shout out. Bruce with the crew. If you do got the website URL up there, if you want to throw it up there, chat for me. I'll put it up on the screen here for everybody so they can check you out when they do check out this video. Hopefully get some views your way.
Yeah,
JT, I've convinced him to go take a look.
Yeah.
Some good stuff though. I sang all your praises earlier in the show. I don't know if you came through at that point. I was waiting around for you at that point in time, but I was like, yeah, great job on that. Yeah, yeah, no problem, man. Fuck, great to be back in contact with you, man. Honestly, I'm really happy about that.
We could give you the whole spiel just before the whole, just after the intro of the song and stuff like that. Yeah, so he gave me the whole spiel. Good. Welcome back. Glad to see that you guys are reconnected and you're tuning in. You know, it's always cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I've invited him on the show. Hopefully, he'll come through and we can help support each other throughout his new venture and ours as well. All right, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, what was your guess on this? How much do you think he's worth? You know he's a millionaire, but
I thought he was a billionaire. I thought, well, he's got people at the.
He's not a billionaire.
No, it's like something like $80 million or something like that.
80? Oh, come on, man.
Not 80. Sorry, 8. I'm thinking more like 800.
Yeah, you're right. That's what his net worth is.
I don't know why I said 80. I said because it's
Did you read up on that? Yeah, it's estimated. No. You know, close to $1 billion for sure. Yes, yeah, it's estimated at 800 million. Wow, she's seeking spousal support. Wow, so
right
she's
down in the middle.
Big fucking
and you know what? It doesn't matter, man. The only time they can actually, I think, stop paying them is if they remarry.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. Fuck. Okay. That's a big fucking payday, man, if she pulls it off.
Smart woman. But
smart woman.
She waited. She stuck it out for 24 years, man. She put up with all the, must have been sticking in other pussy all that time. And she put up with all that shit, and now she's going to get half of it. You see that, guys, ladies? If that's the way you guys want to do it, there you go.
I don't know if he was on. I mean, he was unfaithful early in his marriage. We do know that for a fact. Like,
I can't speak on that. Like,
I can't either. But it doesn't seem like the guy. He's out of the house. Like, apparently, this guy's in the fucking studio.
He's fucking like he's in a basement.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So maybe that's why. Maybe they just don't get along because he doesn't see her enough or something. Who knows?
I think she's. You know what happened?
Yeah, that wasn't huge. Him and that Jimmy.
It's over $1 billion.
Yes.
$8 billion.
Well, that's what that documentary was all about, right? The one, that one on HBO. I forgot what it's called. That was a great documentary. And Jimmy, I think. Yeah, some episodes were about Jimmy and some were about him. Fucking Jimmy's a smart guy too, but that's like that's one of those guys that was in the right place at the right time. It seemed like though. All of a sudden,
he was definitely. He had money.
Bro, you should hear what they say in this documentary. In the documentary, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was just hanging out at the studio one day, and then fucking I forgot his name. Some fucking rock star. What's his name? The guy. I'd have to look. I can't think of it. But anyway, some guy just walks in, big star, and he says, "Hey, you want to fucking mix my record or whatever, my album?" And he apparently he didn't even know what he was doing. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that."
That was Jimmy's.
Yeah. And the fucking guy's working with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, over Thanksgiving weekend or something like that.
They had to work over a certain time. Like this. These are the guys that, you know what?
I didn't hear that. I heard that they announced the new Kanye album. Did you see that?
There's a picture that leaked from fucking thing. Who the hell put out? Snoop leaked a picture of them in the studio together. Now I don't know if it's a new picture.
Snoop put out that picture?
Which I thought was fucking weird.
That is weird.
Which I thought was weird too, right? Of them working together in a studio, which I thought was weird. It was on Instagram, man. So I don't know where it was coming from.
I don't know if I want Kanye over Dre Beats. That kind of like, why would Kanye work with him though? Kanye is a good producer on his own. Like, why would he work with Dr. Not maybe one song would be cool, but I don't want to fucking fully produce Kanye. The shit that he's rapping now, I don't want the Dr. Dre because it's supposed to be some sort of religious album or something, isn't it? Like, he's on his whole religious shit now.
Producing it doesn't mean it's gonna, just because he's producing it is. You know how many albums Dre's produced and we don't know about? I mean, albums that made it big and an artist that we probably don't even know that he goes and executive produces and he goes over just because he's got the ear for the music.
No, I know. A lot of these producers do that. No, I know. I'm not saying that. Listen, I don't care.
Yeah.
I would like to hear the beats, but I'm like, at the same time, I just don't think, first of all, Kanye's a good producer on his own. He doesn't need Dre.
But he's got one of those red hats on. Why is Dre letting them go?
Well, he's kind of been easing up on that a little bit.
He's scared,
yeah, he's been easing up on that whole fucking Trump support now. Yeah, he has been.
That'd be the smart thing to do. They got that. Boy
Yeah.
States, bro.
That's right.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
want to jump on that bandwagon.
But I'm just saying, musically, I don't think well, like the last stuff that he brought out, the last 2-3 albums, I really haven't liked. The only one that was okay, it had a couple good songs on it, was that
You know what? You know,
no, the one that had 7
that-
tracks on it with the mountain. He took the
That was
picture.
good.
I'm fucking
Bipolar?
I'm bipolar. I love it or whatever. I hate it. I love it. Whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that one. That had a couple good songs on it, but otherwise, no, it's not. It's not. It wasn't that good. It's like I'm producing everything, guys.
He might need money out of the divorce. It's true.
Yeah,
bro.
we need some pizza.
Honestly, look, okay, like I was saying though, in the States, the thing is, as long as they're not married, they could keep collecting spousal support, even when they're divorced, right?
Right.
Okay, because if she was used to it for the last 24 years of her life, a certain amount of money, they go on a base, they go on a fucking calculator. They have a whole fucking divorce calculator, probably how much money you made per year.
Right.
Nowadays, they probably do, but yeah. Here is
I don't know.
if you're fully capable of working and stuff like that, right? And you're fully able to work, you have to go back to work. You have to prove to the as a woman or a man, that whoever's using the spousal, whoever's taking the spousal support has to prove that they're not capable to work, and they'll be fine. But if they're capable of working, they're fucked. They get cut off. Doesn't matter if they're married again or not.
I mean, like you
get child support regardless.
Right. I don't know anything about this just because, like, I'm common law, sure, but like, you know what I mean. At the same time, I got no money, so if she wants to run off with half my books, fuck.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Half my toys.
That'll fuck you up one day. She comes lights fire to it and all. That's it. That would piss you off more than taking half, I think.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh man, not gonna work. Fuck. Straight up, but yeah, no, they $800 million is a lot of money, bro, to be going after somebody for a divorce. You know, that's
on Mike.
You know what? He could keep her in court too for a long time, but he might have to pay for all those bills, those lawyer bills. If she's not working, dude, if she doesn't have a job, yeah, man.
I guess we're gonna see this story develop in the coming days if it is true, because basically, like I said, it's TMZ, so who the fuck knows? But
they seem to get stuff early. Well, it is a law thing too, so it could be.
Bro, TMZ fucking reported when Kobe died, for fuck's sake. Remember how fucked up that was? The wife didn't fucking know, and TMZ reported this shit. Listen, I'm not saying that they're not good at their job sometimes, but fuck them for doing that. That's some slimy ass fucking shit that they did with that Kobe shit. That was fucked from Judge
Judy. What's his name? I can never remember his fucking name.
The bailiff? Who the fuck are you talking about?
The guy that always talked on the mic.
Yes. That's not him.
I'm telling you.
That's not him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks like him.
It's not him. I thought you're talking about the fucking bailiff.
Not the bailiff.
That guy.
The one that talks to them after.
Listen, I'm telling you, the bailiff runs TMZ.
Not to the people. He's a lawyer too as well. He's a lawyer as well.
I don't think that's him. Is that him?
Yeah, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to lose the screen, but yeah, look it up. I'm telling you, Judge Judy.
All right, I'm looking it up.
You got the screen.
You're fucking crazy.
You, man, right now. That's the guy from Judge Judy, guys. I'm telling you, I can't be that wrong. I might be a little bit fucked, but fuck, I'm not that wrong. You know, look it up. Anybody that's there, I'm telling you, if they see it, it's kind of fucked, bro. If he was the guy that did the intro, like the intro and the talking, and as they walked out of the courtroom. He was that guy. He's a lawyer.
You're fucked. I don't see anything. Harvey Levin. That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the dude who used to judge you.
Yeah.
You're fucking full of shit. I don't believe we're checking this right now. This is great content for fucking people watching. This is not.
I'm telling you right now.
Is that really him?
I'm almost guaranteed 100%, bro. Well, I got a text from Peter.
Finally, so?
Friday, 8 or 9. So
what do you say?
Yeah, he says like good for Friday, 8 or 9. He says.
Okay, so there you go, everybody. The battle this Friday, 8 or 9. We'll announce the time.
He's in there. If he's in the chat too and he sees it, then.
Yeah, no, I don't see it anywhere here. I think you're fucking full of shit.
I think you're full of shit, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'll find it first, man. Okay, guys.
Yeah, TMZ is trash.
Mike, what do you think, man? Isn't that the same one from Judge Judy?
You're fucked. It's not.
What's his name? Judge Judy, man. Fuck. Now you're killing me.
Anyways, moving on. Okay, we talked about that.
You keep talking. I'm gonna find this because I'm gonna fucking freak you out.
So there's been a sweep of people from different sports getting diagnosed with COVID recently. Like, we didn't know that was gonna happen. NBA, fucking NHL, baseball.
I told you, bro. Everybody's gonna get fucked.
MLB, wrestling. Wrestling is fucking under extreme fire right now. They said there was 14 people apparently that got because wrestling went ahead. They haven't stopped during this whole time, right? Like, they had gotten rid of crowds, but the wrestlers are still wrestling each other. Anyways, recently 14 or something of their superstars got or people I guess that work for the organization got confirmed with COVID. And bro, your buddy said, if I say no,
I'm telling you,
you're fucked. That's not the same guy.
I'm telling you.
All right, you go ahead and keep that. Anyways, but basically, yeah, they didn't release the names of who it was, but apparently one of the women wrestlers, she announced that Renee Young, she announced that she has it. And now there's rumors going around that she said she was going to make a big announcement. And it may have actually been today that she was supposed to make the announcement that she's going to leave the WWE now because they put her basically in harm's way as a result of them proceeding with, wrestling and making them do shows and all this kind of stuff. And as a result, she has COVID now, right? So right now they're under a lot of fire. There's a lot of fans that are basically saying they're going to stop supporting the company now because of that and various other reasons with fucking Vince McMahon, the owner of the WWE, right? So it's just funny because like these sports, again, I don't know why everyone just doesn't fucking cancel 2020 already. Try to learn how to maneuver out in this fucking strange, weird world right now.
Yeah.
And just fucking cancel all the sports. I know it sucks, guys. Like me and Jay have been saying it for weeks now. When they announced the NHL tournament, like slowly we're ramping up for this thing to actually start. Do you think it's actually going to start or not? I don't know, man. Day by day, as more people get sick, it's becoming doubtful, right? And if they do, they're being irresponsible. They're putting people in harm's way for money. I know that businesses are opening up. Like I said, I've already hit the patio, and some people feel that that's irresponsible, right? But throw a mask on, guys. Get out there, do your thing. It's been fucking 3 months, and yeah, the economy is going to fucking take a dive right now, and it kind of needs to be done. It's not because it's super safe. It's because that they need money. Like, let's be honest, right? Like, all these businesses need money. I just think sports are like not on the same level as a fucking mom and pop's fucking business on the corner there that's gonna fucking close down as a result of all the Papa Cristos Ja Rule commercial fucking joints that are out there that are gonna close down as a result of all this shit, right? So it's not the same. We're talking about fucking huge multi-million, billion-dollar corporations where they can afford to take a year off. I feel, right? Yeah. Sucks, but everybody else, like why put people in danger like that? I don't know. I just think you're gonna keep hearing reports of people getting COVID as a result of fucking trying to play a sport. It's gone beyond any love of the game at this point. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh, yeah,
it's not for the love of the game. It's for the love of money, and they're forcing these players into playing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They want everybody. That's why they still haven't said anything about the fucking NHL. They're just wait, and it's really pissing me off because it'd be stupid for them not to say it. To be honest with you, just get it over with, everybody.
Bro, there's the Comic Con here in Toronto.
Yeah.
That I usually go to is in August. They just canceled this last week. Okay, this last week they just announced it was canceled, even though everyone knew it was fucking canceled. For how long now? You know how many thousands of people go to that fucking event? There's no way they could have done it. So whatever. No, listen, hold on. So everyone knew they were going to cancel it eventually. So they canceled it. They announced it. Guess what they did? They fucking announced that they're going to do a show with a certain amount of tickets that are caps off in November. In November, they said they rescheduled it. We're canceling this event in the summer, but we're going to reschedule till November. It's only going to be like, I don't know, 3,000 tickets or something, fucking stuff like that.
There's a lot of things weird about how they're doing all of these things.
Every other fucking big event like that, they said, see you next year. Like even cons in the States. Like I get it, it's not as bad here, but how could you fucking reschedule it 2.5 months later? Okay, this show was at the end of August. How do you think until November is going to solve everything? Thousands of fucking people at your show. And I get it. You can maneuver. You can figure it out. People are walking through malls now. I get it. Maybe there's a way. But then what kind of a show is it going to be? Like, what kind of talent's going to show up? What kind of how many of your stars are going to show up? You're going to have reduced.
I haven't even said anything about the thing. They didn't even say anything about if any with the borders yet. So
No, that's what I mean. I don't understand how they're fucking rescheduling it.
and the way it's going down in the States, it doesn't look like the borders are going to be open anytime soon.
What kind of a fucking irresponsible? Fucking Florida has thousands of fucking cases a
They
day.
waited too long, man. They waited too long, and that was they didn't wait long enough. Sorry,
Yeah.
they opened too quick.
Yeah,
And that was the problem. They were talking about it today, and then now they're finding all kinds of new research with that bullshit. Too.
well, now they're trying to say that they're going to make mask mandatory in the city here. They're in talks right now. Tory was saying
They
because
were
he wants
talking about it. He doesn't think it's going to happen, but
no, because it's hard to tell everybody to wear masks. But then we're going to have our own shit with the states is doing. I almost wish that they would decide just to tell everybody to wear masks because then like we're not going to have any. We're going to still have bozos walking around refusing to wear them. Don't get me wrong. I just think that I would like to think we would follow suit a little bit better than this nonsense that's going on in the States. Like this is America fucking shit. You know, this is America. Like I'm not fucking wearing my mask. You see all these fucking videos of people freaking out and don't get me wrong. There's always going to be people like that, but even here.
well, the people they were actually complaining that they getting carbon monoxide. They were getting too much carbon monoxide when they have the mask on.
Yeah.
Right. That they couldn't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Like they were having it passing out. They were trying to pull that one off, but they had to prove that wrong scientifically that it's not possible. The amount of carbon monoxide or whatever you breathe, or carbon dioxide you breathe out, it is not enough. They're saying a lot. They did testing on women. Apparently, women can have it for 2 weeks, then be positive, not have symptoms. Have it for 2 weeks, be positive.
The data that's been rolling out and the shit that they've been learning throughout this whole thing has been weird, man. Like
they're learning a lot of shit, bro.
Oh yeah, but the problem is everything's contradicting everything else, and like new data is coming out. No one knows what the fuck they're doing. They may say that they know one thing one week, and then the next week they'll decide against that and tell you something else, right? I mean, I've been seeing it. It's seen on the news. That fucking health minister, she changes everything she says every fucking week.
She said she's not gonna. She said it right today. She said she's not gonna make it mandatory. 100%.
Oh, she spoke on it. Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, okay.
For Ontario,
Ontario,
right? But the cities are talking about
Asian woman. Sorry, well, I forgot her name. You're talking about the Asian woman, right?
Yeah. The
health minister.
But they were talking about how they were going to make it mandatory, and they can't make it mandatory, and they're not going to yet. But they're still in talks now. Every city's in talks instead of the province itself. Now it's each city individually in talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just can't see how they can roll it out with having enforcement and people not getting mad at each other, one another right now, right? Without get pushed around and giving each other a hard time. Without it being mandatory right now, nobody's actually giving anybody else a hard time. But if it becomes mandatory,
right,
and you don't have it on, somebody's going to give you a fucking, somebody might get a little pissed off and hit somebody, or you know what I mean? A lot of people are irritated by this stuff, and you can see it. You can see just by the amount of people that went up on this last weekend, considering. But see, that's the thing, is that we're only going to find out anything that happened in these last 2 weeks since they rolled out the second thing. We're only going to have to find out, in another couple of days. I mean, they should have some sort of knowing if anything's going to go up or down, because really they kind of loosened it 2 weeks ago or just a week ago.
What's that?
They loosened it. Was it 2 weeks ago or last week?
I think this past week.
Yeah, so one more week before they start to see anything.
Yeah.
If anything, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did you get in the way for a little bit?
It was nice being on a patio, man. It felt very surreal. It felt very surreal, and it was nice to be out there, though. I felt every place I went to was responsible in the distancing that they were setting up for people, even with the bartenders. They're all wearing masks. They're all putting the beers at the end of the table for you to grab. And so everywhere that I went to was treating it fairly well. I felt like I even went to a place where the girl, she came out with one of those garden sprayer type things, and they were putting a disinfectant spray all over the table before each person came and sat there with the next people that went to sit on. So people are taking precautions. So I mean, it's hard to keep people out of the nice weather like that, to have a nice beer or food on a patio somewhere right now. And again, the businesses, they need it, right? So I understand. But if I was in a situation where I didn't feel safe, I wouldn't attend these places. You know what I mean? That's why I've been trying to avoid going to all these fucking parks and all this, or all these thousands of people are showing up at the beach or any shit like that. Yeah. Why would you put yourself in that situation, right?
Well, they've been patrolling a lot more of these beaches over here now and stuff like that by the lake and everywhere. They're trying to do a little bit more, but now they just cut the today too. They cut the police funding too.
Yeah,
by $1 billion, $500 million or some shit like that. That's fucking crazy too. So I mean, they want to do all these new things, and then they want to help out, and they want to do all this, but then they cut it all here because they need to cut it. They're going to cut because of all this shit that's going on, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what comes out of that meeting tomorrow, man. Because on the news, I like to get the information that comes out. They had they actually were in person today, so there's 700 people watching or some shit like that. So I'd like to see what happens and what comes out of that.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it mandatory, like you said, but it should be interesting to see what they do decide.
I tried to go for a fucking beer too, man, but only by appointment now.
Their lineups outside these places, right?
Only by appointment. He's only doing by appointment.
Place by me, there's fucking people standing outside the store all day, every day since they opened up. I've seen people
just standing there.
There's about 5 or 6 of them
it's
usually.
Hot, man.
Yeah. So they're standing out there waiting, and apparently these are people on lists, but they're only letting so many people in the shop at a time, like a lot of places are. And then you got to go in with the mask. They're making you wear a mask. They're making
How do you get your okay? If I'm getting this guy,
they might take it off when they're getting a haircut, but I think they want people going in
and
stuff like that, right? Yeah, obviously they probably are, going to take it off for the haircut itself, but then the barber is going to be masked up, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a weird time. Like I said, that's why I felt surreal. Like even doing this today, recording in person again has been fun, but it's been weird, right? I mean, it has been weird.
I forgot how hot this room gets.
It's a little bit better than usual.
Well, that's a nice fan.
Yeah.
It's all right. Every time it comes by this way, I get that nice little shh. But I forgot, man. It's not like when I'm sitting in my car there in the driveway, just crank the AC up, man, right there. I have to kind of turn it down a little bit.
You're in this together.
Well, hey, no, it's all good, man. I don't know. It's not bothering. I mean,
that's it. Back to the car with you. You're fucking kicked out.
I start sweating and went right into my
your battle is going to still be the same, right? You're going to still battle from your car, I assume?
I would think so, yeah. I guess so. I mean, that's the only way I can figure it out right now, right? Yeah. But now I could probably start.
I mean, technically, you could come here and do it. You could do it this way.
Well, if you, and like I said, it depends what you guys are doing on the Friday, right?
What would I be doing? I'm going to be in the fucking chat anyways.
Oh, yeah,
you're
going to
show,
working,
right?
So it'd have to be 9, right? It would have to be.
No, I'm not working that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I didn't know if you were working on the Friday, so I didn't know.
Oh, I'll be off at 4.
Oh, nice. Okay, fuck, man. I'm off at 5.
So there you go. Maybe it might have to happen.
No, we'll have to play in a patio first. Hey, and after all, no, say, guys, we're at the patio just before, we're doing this recording right now.
Exactly.
Try to get me see straight. No, but that'd be funny, eh?
That would be.
You know what? It'd be good. It'd be good to do that one with. I'm still worried about that battle with Peter. I'm
still waiting for your buddy Mike here, who's been watching in the chat, to step up for one of these battles. Any new takers? Battle of the Banners, guys?
He would have took. He told me straight. He would have took game. He would have done something like that. He could have. I'm pretty sure he could have pulled it out of his ass too, right? I mean, he's followed it enough too.
Listen, I like to see it happen. Mike, if you're interested,
that same sort of
somebody in G-Unit. I like Banks too. He's a fan of Lloyd Banks, right? He's the Lloyd Banks fan.
Lloyd Banks was it? Well, it could have been. I don't know. I can't remember exactly 100%. It's been a while, but yeah, now it's just they just play bangers and then just regular songs. Like I mean, they keep talking about when I say about bringing it up or doing it one for themselves. That what would they do? And they're trying to say just song for song, but you can't really do it.
You can if you did it the same way that you guys do with the years.
Genre, yeah.
If we're doing years with the same genre, you can technically. We could look at it that way.
That one's hard though.
Of course, that fucking one's hard. You know how many songs there are to choose from? Like even for you guys, when you did the rock one, it was the same thing, right? But at the same time, I think for rap around that time, it's even more diverse than it was with how many bands you had going at that time. Don't get me wrong, but like in terms of real contenders of people you can play songs from, I think
if you got specific. That's the thing too. If you got specific genres and stuff like that in those years, I mean, you can really mix up the actual battles if you really wanted to. You can do the genres, and you can do this within certain years, and you can do. Bands within certain years.
Because I think you could do all of hip hop through the 2000s and do that. I think you could do 2000 to 2004, and then 2005 to 2009.
Yeah, I'm with the amount of hip hop there was in those years.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty sure you can
easily do that. You can easily do that. So if I have any takers that, that's it. Watch out. That's the next battle for sure.
Yeah, which
Takeshi. Takeshi. Like Rikishi, the fucking wrestler. Rikishi.
Oh, that's crazy. No.
Yeah, that's the next one versus Meek Mill. The fuck out of here with that. No, listen, like you want to do one? If you want to do one, let me know. I'm down. I'm down. If you want to do years, if you guys can't pick a specific artist, I'm all about it. Let me know.
Yeah, you guys gotta just figure it out, man. Just figure out something, man, because it'd be cool, man. The problem is you gotta figure out how you're gonna stream it. I keep telling Jay if he wants to do it, he's gonna figure out how to stream it. Like he's gonna have to do it from the little iPad. I don't know. Now that the summer's coming, it's gonna get a little harder for people to kind of keep the bits on a fucking Friday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start losing some of our viewership now that the patios are.
Like on the weekend, especially on the weekend.
Like your next one with Rob might be okay because he's got a lot of older peeps that are gonna fucking be coming through. Maybe they're not doing as much on a Friday night, you know what I mean? But
watching your kids and stuff like that.
But like some of our buddies that have been coming through some of these battles, man, I don't know if we're gonna see as much support for these next few ones. Like I said, that's why I'm like, we gotta end this out, end these battles out. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's wrong with all your friends, man. All your friends, you try to get them involved. Come on as a guest. They're all camera shy. Come on, Mike. Come on with the mask.
Yeah, I think Jay's the only one that's not camera shy. That's the only one. He loves it. He just their TikTok video himself.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, TikTok videos himself. Yeah.
So it's how rude of me. I forgot to even ask you. You mentioned it earlier in our discussions here. If I can. How's the new job? How's that going out your first week? Your first week's over.
Yeah.
Headed back tomorrow. How's it been?
It's been all right. It's different, man.
Yeah.
Different place, different pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different style of everything. I'm trying to figure out. So. Yeah, and N95 or N? I thought it was N. I always thought it was N.
N. Yeah, go ahead. Wear the fucking mask, man. It's acceptable right now. I don't understand. You can't even tell it's you in this photo that you got.
You know what's funny is that right now, if you go outside of the city down here, there is nobody out there. There's more people fucking walking around in fucking Bradford than there is down here. Still.
Yeah.
At this time of night. Like, I mean, I guess because it's evening, but there's literally more people walking around up there at this time than there is down here.
You think so?
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I was up there.
Why just left to do out there so everyone's outside their home and feel actually
they're walking around. I don't know. I just feel like there's more people
that aren't as comfortable maybe going outside their homes here still, right? I mean, like
there wasn't many cars like parking.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Julie.
Hey, what's up, Julie?
We got a shirt coming your way soon. Stay tuned. Jay's gonna reach out to you soon. You got a shirt.
I forgot about any of you guys. I gotta come by and visit.
Have you got her size or whatever? You got that figured out? Okay, yeah. So Julie, Jay's gonna send you a shirt. Late night chat, like one like this. I think you want, right? We got white as well.
Yeah.
You don't want Jay's shitty one. Where he's got over there with the little.
Hey, they're nice. I can't fight. Yeah. It gives them an excuse to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. But no, I haven't forgot about you guys. I was going to try to come by there on Sunday, but I just didn't get a chance to. I went up to go see my nephews and stuff. So
I was actually talking with my buddy Nazim again. I mentioned with the Brews with the Crew podcast about this today too. About like he's got the right idea about it too. Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to do this, trying to make it a good excuse to kind of get together with friends doing this thing. Like
it's true, man.
During this COVID time, especially, like he said that they were just getting on calls. Once a week, and he said, well, we might as well record this and put it out there. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually the way we changed up our show during this time. That's kind of how it was. We had like a slew of guests week to week. We had like somebody new on every time, and people were available, and it was a good way to stay connected. And it forced us to kind of do this whole live function of the show and do it on StreamYard and stuff like that. So yeah, shouts out to him as well. Like he had a lot of the same. It was interesting hearing what he had to say because like. A lot of the things he felt and ideas going into the podcasting, I were similar to kind of like things that we've already experienced or went through our ideas that we kind of had as well. And he actually attributed the fact that they started doing show notes on the episode as well, because he see one of our older episodes with the show notes on. Not that we invented the shit, but and I said, oh fuck, we got lazy with that, man. We stopped doing that show notes.
It's funny because I would get a little crazy with the show notes too, and then he would have to cut it down like fucking 10 paragraphs. Right?
Yeah, so, Jay would put so many show notes we couldn't post it on the Instagram.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit, man. Too many characters or whatever. I don't see characters. I see letters, numbers, dashes, spaces. Say what the fuck. No,
yeah.
But who's these character guys that they don't let me put on there? But We got lazy. That's the I got lazy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Not equal. I got lazy.
No, but I was trying to tell him because he edits down like the show so far. Like I was like, yeah, man, I used to edit a lot too, and then we got to a comfortability of doing the show at a certain point where we just kind of didn't edit as much anymore because we felt like there was less lulls, less kind of nonsense that was going on, like kind of like so we got more comfortable and we kind of got. That's what I mean. Like I don't know. Again, I didn't want to make it too serious of a thing. I still want to have fun doing this, like we have been, right? And I just think it gets to a point where you get comfortable with what you're doing enough to kind of put out the product you're still happy with, but at the same time, you don't. I find that like we've slowed down in terms of like giving it 110%. You know what I mean? But I feel like we're kind of up and down in terms of that.
Depending on how the mood is.
Right.
You get this for either.
Right.
Some days you come in in one of those moods. Some days I come in one of those moods.
Right.
You know what I mean? It sucks when we're both in one of those fucking moods because then it's kind of like, what the fuck are we talking about? We always seem to pull something out of our ass for a fucking.
Right. But that's just through experience. But at the same time, it's just like, it's just interesting because like I never want to not give it my all, but at the same time, I think you find yourself in a comfortable position of kind of how you go about things, and you kind of, you know what I mean, as you go on.
See, you said it too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like that's why you were saying even earlier today when we got in here, I used to fucking beads of sweat used to be going down. I'd be yelling at JT. I'd be upset. We couldn't figure out the setup for fucking hours. And by the time we started recording, I'd be pissed. Like, you know what I mean?
Things like, then you used to think I wasn't paying attention and stuff, right? Because it didn't seem like it. I let him go crazy, do his thing first. I'd go out, have a fucking smoke, come back in, and say, Nico, why don't you try this? And there he goes. It worked. Sometimes, not all the time, but he used to get fucking pissed off about that. He used to fucking hate it with a passion. But no, it's just the way it works. You know what? You're gonna edit down quite a bit, man. Because Nico used to edit down a lot of empty space, man. There was a lot of dead space and a lot of what stupid shit that we were barely talking.
Right. And then
takes up a lot of space.
And then I feel like we kind of got better at what we like the conversations, whereas we didn't have to kind of edit it down as much after a while.
Limiting the topics.
And then once we went live, that went right out the window. I don't even bother, like, unless there's something really said. I know how to edit the video live. We can, like, after the fact. But, live, you got to be a little bit more careful of what you say in that sense, too.
Yeah, I know it sucks because the music didn't play properly in the beginning, and what I said to you it kind of threw me off. Now it makes it look like I just said that out there, looking at you. Right, so that's kind of fucked up out the window. That's on there somewhere. Yeah, but there's a lot of people doing this. I mean, everybody from even actors and stuff, they can't get together. They just I sent you that.
All these show reunions,
the X-Men reunion.
Yeah. All these show and fucking movie reunions.
Your boy Ryan Reynolds.
These people that really have like no relationship, a lot of them with each other, but they may have when they worked on the show together. And they're just like all the fans. They want to see it. Actually, it's interesting. I saw that the Sopranos guys have been doing a podcast again now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they're doing a breakdown of all the Sopranos episodes, episode by episode. I watched a couple episodes of it. It's really fucking good. It's Christopher, the actor played Christopher, and Bobby Bacala, that fucking actor. And it's them just talking about every episode of Sopranos. They have other Sopranos stars on.
Older now too, eh?
Oh yeah, fuck, they're really old. You see them on this podcast, you can tell. Yeah, they're really old.
They're doing it live like this too, like
on the screen, like Zoom or whatever the hell they're using. Yeah,
there's a lot of different platforms.
Yeah. Well, fuck, if you had stock in Zoom prior to this, you fucking made some good coin, man, off of this COVID thing, because that's all the businesses are using Zoom, right? I remember one day I was on a Zoom meeting recently at work, and like I didn't realize the camera was on. Sometimes you go into the Zoom meeting and you don't have to put the camera on, right? Yeah. So I didn't realize the camera was on, and I just came back from running around and doing something at work. So I sweat like a fucking pig sometimes. So I'm sweating. So I'm dabbing my fucking face with a tissue on the screen. I'm in a Zoom meeting, I'm just like this, and my buddy texted me, he's like, you're on camera, right? I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, thanks for the heads up, and then I went and turned it off right away. I'm just like, he's like, well, yeah, we got a real good fucking view of you, and then I asked other people out, they claimed they didn't see me, because you gotta like click on the person to really kind of see. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
they're not all visible on the Zoom one. But
Yeah, it's just like a little. Sometimes depending how many people.
oh, they all great. I'm just like looking sweating. Like, oh, what's wrong with fucking Nico over there? They're just dying.
Oh man, yeah, you can do that. You can pull that off. I don't know why you get that. You get so stressed out, you stay sweaty.
I don't know, man. I'm a serious worker. What can I say?
That's
If
it.
I
He
get
runs
that.
around like a madman. He fucking wears shorts and everything, and he's still sweating.
No, I don't wear shorts. I'm not allowed to wear shorts.
No, not at work. But I mean, when you're.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna sweat at work because you probably have AC and shit. But then you're fucking, hey, you know, dude, imagine somebody didn't know they had it on. You're sitting there in their underwear. I remember I had done an interview one time, and I was on. It was, I guess, the cannabis company. I was doing the interview with just a white shirt on. I was in my underwear, just sitting like this with my phone, like this, doing a Skype call or whatever. It's hilarious.
Jay, the ultimate professional. It's just everyone you can't see.
Can't see. No, but this is what I mean. Like they were doing that as a X-Men reunion thing, and they were showing all those guys and how they got older and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And how what's his name jumped in on screen and everybody bounced. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No, Ryan
I
Reynolds
bet you
was
sent
going-
it to me. But
So guys, doing a reunion. He goes, "Can I be in this one?" He was
yeah,
doing
he's a
like,
joker.
yeah, and it was just him and Hogan left on the screen.
Well,
like
yeah,
this.
because those guys are friends in real life, and
Yeah.
like they fucked with each other throughout the whole promotion of Deadpool. Like he kept making jokes about Wolverine in the movie, and like they
they're
they
the same
make
people
jokes like
ultimately,
yeah,
right? I mean,
they're the ones that started that Christmas sweater joke thing where they all
Yeah.
like were wearing Christmas sweaters, and one of them didn't show up in one or something. I forgot what the joke was. It was something around Christmas. They
Yeah.
get something. Those guys, they're all friends, right?
he's too funny though.
Yeah.
Man. I didn't realize how actually funny he could be. Like,
Ryan Reynolds,
he's
yeah,
just- I think he's
funny.
fell into place perfectly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was those Zoom calls, everything like that. It gets crazy, man. So I said you could probably put like 20 people on here, right?
Not
On
on here.
this one,
On
like,
Zoom,
Zoom,
you
you
can.
can
Yeah.
I think
Zoom,
that's
you
how it
can.
works,
Yeah.
right?
This one, I think you can only put 6.
But I think it all depends on that sort of network they have and what kind of money they have invested into the actual stuff itself. So, but yeah, no, I don't know, man.
Jay's just sitting there with his fucking schlong out, talking to people.
Doing that right now. I got no pants on right here, man. You can only see me from the waist up, so you never know.
He's like, hey.
Hey guys, I'm sitting here, you're just tickling it under the table. No, where am I going? I keep looking back, man. Like there's something there. I'm fucking.
Oh, God.
I'm a little weirded out. It's throwing me back off again. This whole thing, only because in the sense that I'm back here, sitting here. The chair is not like the chair I've been used to for.
Yeah, but again, we're across from one another finally. We're not fucking
different
rubbing
room.
fucking shoulders like we
But
used
that's
to in
it,
the older
man.
videos.
That too. That actually works out pretty good.
I actually like this setup quite a bit. Actually, this might have to be the new setup moving forward.
Yeah, we have to fucking figure out how to get that music working, and then that's probably something. Which is probably something simple like that. We
Yeah,
didn't get
probably.
to show at the beginning of the podcast. It would have been nice to have that. You guys would have got to see all that. Maybe we can add it in for the fucking. Maybe Nick will be able to do his producing skills and add it in and throw everybody up for the loop because see why I said what I said, and if that stays on there.
Yeah.
Because everything's gonna stay on there now because it's live, so we're fucked. But yeah, no, that being said, I mean, what else you been up to? What else you planning on doing now that this thing is going?
Nothing. Like I said, I've been hitting up some patios, having some beers, reconnecting with some
Watching.
old friends, fucking working, doing
Watching
my
on
thing at
TV.
home. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, before we close out the show, let's talk about what we've been watching lately, as we normally do on the show here. We actually just did our review of the movie Fight Club on our newest show, Late Night at the
I've
Movies.
seen that, Julie. Sorry.
Yeah. What did she say? Oh, about what? Oh, about his dick being out on the Zoom call.
Or right here underneath the table. Who knows?
But yeah, if anybody's interested, we did a Late Night at the Movies episode 2. We did a review of Fight Club. It also got removed once it hit the net, but I just edited the part out there because we showed one of the videos while we were streaming a Fight Club, so it actually should be re-uploaded on YouTube now for anybody who's interested.
It from one of the actual scenes that we.
Yeah, sometimes depending on the scene you play, it'll sometimes flag it and then it'll get removed. So it should be back up there on YouTube now. I'll have to take a look afterwards.
Probably
Guys.
turned on the scene.
Yeah, I did it today. I took a look. So We did a review and deep dive discussion on the movie Fight Club. We watched it, and
It was true. You should have been on there Friday night, man.
yeah, and we like to possibly. Maybe even Julie can join us because she's never been on this show. We're going to be doing more movies down the road, reviewing, doing deep dives on this. So we encourage people to watch the movies prior to getting in on the discussion with us. And we also welcome maybe some guests somewhere down the road who watch the movie as well and then have a nice discussion with us. We're basically revisiting older movies that we've watched and enjoyed in the past. Actually, don't necessarily have to have enjoyed them. Just movies we've seen and we're revisiting them. You know, I can't wait till we talk about some fucking stinker of a movie and just come here and blast the shit out of it, which is not always as fun as it seems. I'm not really huge on bashing fucking shit like that. Like, listen, I have. Don't worry, I have talked badly about things. I just don't like going out of my way to purposely talk bad about shit if I can, right?
It's hard for me to find something that I don't like about a movie.
Yeah.
It takes quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're an easy person to please because you probably like cheesy shit too, like cheesy horror movies and stuff like that. Like you're into that kind of thing.
I'm not too cheesy where it looks real fake, but I've watched Julie.
There you go. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, maybe the next film we're doing is Fight Club. That may not happen for a few weeks. Fight Club. Sorry.
Eagles had a little bit too much to drink, guys. You know.
Just had a Red Bull to wake me up.
Yeah,
doing Pulp Fiction for the next one. Yeah, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think
I wanted to do a
Tarantino pieces and pieces, but I don't know if I've watched it 100% all the way through.
Yeah,
but I mean, I could be wrong. I forget. Until I start watching, I won't remember if I've seen it all the way through. Right.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
Years ago.
That's so again, check out that show if you guys have not yet to. I think there's 2 episodes up there. The first one we did was The Departed, and then this past one we just did on Friday for a Friday night event. We did Fight Club. And again, it's me and Jay having discussion and through different categories, breaking down the movie and kind of, critiquing it and saying what our best parts were, our favorite quotes, this kind of thing, right? And
you should get on and
maybe Jay will have to. Maybe we'll have you on for that one. It's not going to be for another few weeks, so I would like that.
Yeah, we set it all up, but the thing is, with those movie ones, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do. I mean, there's new movies, old movies. I mean, I remember we were talking about I was watching that TV show Snowpiercer, right? Yeah. I did watch the movie. I ended up watching the movie.
What'd you think?
In the last week, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I gotta watch it still. I haven't yet. I started watching it and I fell asleep or something.
You gotta watch it, man. I mean, it's kind of
Chris Evans
corny at the end.
Okay.
The way it ends, kind of thing. But I mean, ultimately, it's just. He plays a good actor. I think he did that after Captain America.
Yeah,
no?
He did. Yeah.
So
he was already Captain America when he was cast in that.
Yeah, which is weird because he had to do something different. He didn't have to do that movie.
Yeah.
But it made it work out really good. I mean, he played a great part. He played a great role.
Chris Evans.
And have you watched the new episode of Black Monday or no?
I have yet to. No, I haven't watched anyone. Black Monday is back. Yeah, Jay mentioned that. They basically did 6 episodes and then took a break, I guess, a few months ago, maybe because of production issues with COVID.
So,
yeah, because it was around the time where COVID got really bad that it stopped playing on TV, so maybe that's why. So, anyways, they're back.
Yeah, nobody there to actually put it on.
They're gonna play the other half of the season now, from what I've heard. I watched a couple of movies this past weekend that I should give some shout outs to, some newer ones. I watched the movie Irresistible. It's a new movie that just came to home theaters or whatever they want to call it now, like on computer. You can download it, buy it, rent it, stream it. I found it on the internet. Basically, it's a new Steve Carell movie. He's a campaign manager in it.
Okay.
And it's about he's a Democrat and he finds some guy in a small town in Wisconsin. Basically like a real salt of the earth guy, kind of like a dude who's represents the everyday American man kind of thing, but some of his thoughts, his idealism is similar to Democrats. So he goes to him and he's like, you may not realize it, but it's something he sees a video on YouTube where this guy makes this very thoughtful speech at some sort of town hall meeting or something, and he's like, wow, I really like the way this guy sounds. He's an ex-Marine. He's speaking like a Democrat. You know what I mean? He's not a Republican. I need this guy in our party. We can probably get him elected. And mayor of his town, and then make his way into the Democratic Party or whatever, right? So for the country, right?
Yeah.
So Steve Carell plays the campaign manager. He goes and like tracks this guy down, and it's about him running the campaign from his little small town in Wisconsin and getting to know the people in the town and kind of falling in love with it, like the people and all that, and like kind of about how they look at small towns in America being from like Washington D.C. You know what I mean? Like they kind of look at them like a little bit differently. It's like big city guy coming to like yeah, exactly. So it's written by Jon Stewart, so like he kind of very political. He knows his shit when it comes to that. Jon Stewart used to have the Daily Show.
Yeah.
He wrote and directed it, I believe, and. It was one of those ones I was supposed to be in theaters, but yeah, I just watched it, streamed it the other day. It's a new movie. Steve Carell, Rose Byrne's in it. She's the woman who's the Republican campaign manager.
What's it called again?
Irresistible. Yeah, really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes with these political things, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy them because I always think I don't like political movies or shows and stuff like that because you know what, to be honest with you, I just don't think I'm going to understand them.
Yeah.
But it's so like, I've always said I'm not a very political person. You've heard me say it on the show. I've talked about it. But it's like such a part of our fucking culture now that you can't like stray away from this shit that's been going on and the political stuff that's happening or the news and all that. So I feel like you almost got to take somewhat of an interest in it. And it's not an interest like guys tend to do, burying my head in the sand sometimes just because I don't want to deal with the everyday like life, like the shit that's going on, right? That you hear about in the news. It's depressing sometimes, right? So, but I just feel sometimes like when I approach these shows and stuff, I may not always understand them and I'm afraid, right? I think depending on the angle they take, I'm okay. But sometimes some of the stuff goes over my head. Like I just don't know all the inner workings of government in the States. Like I've learned a lot, I think, over the years from watching certain things on, but even like the House of Cards, like I love that show. Yeah. When I first got into it, like there was a lot of shit where I'm like, whoa, this is moving kind of fast. Like I don't really know the inner workings of the president's office and everybody's like position and all that. You know what I mean? So like, it's sometimes I find myself liking a lot of the shit that I watch. I just feel that I think I don't gravitate towards it because I'm afraid I won't understand, right? So, but this was a comedy. It was pretty good. I liked it. And then I watched the trilogy of Cube films I was telling you about the other day.
I've seen it, right? There was one on it's Cube Zero or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but I've seen it on the on Amazon there. But you gotta fucking get the other account or something, not Star
Channel.
One of the other ones, right? But you can only watch one. I mean, there's not the other parts. Yeah. There's only the one. So I can probably find it. But.
Yeah. So Cube is this fucking movie. I think I seen it on Netflix originally years ago. I don't think it's on there anymore. No. See, it's fucking Netflix. I hate when they remove stuff. But it was this like old. I think it's like 99 or 2000. The first one came out in. It predates Saw, but it's essentially like a Saw type movie in a sense. Like in the sense that. It's a bunch of strangers that wake up in a weird place. They don't know how they all got there. They're all connected somehow. They're all really not great people. They all kind of have some dirt on them or some way that they're connected.
I swear I see something like this.
It may have been the first one because it was on Netflix. Like I said, the movie's called Cube, and they basically wake up in these fucking cubes, okay? And they're like, they find out they're in a big structure, like a big fucking cube structure, and there's like all these kind of cubes throughout it, and they have to move room to room throughout the cubes, and there's booby traps in some of the rooms, so they could get killed at like any second. So like as they go on, they learn like how to like use the booby traps and make their way through this thing. But the cubes move, like every like 10 minutes or something. The cubes fucking move and realign. So thinking you can try to get through the cube, you can make your way. Like if I went straight from room to room, I'm gonna make my way to the end of this fucking structure, and I could probably get out of the cube. That's what they keep thinking. Okay. But the cubes move, so like as they fucking gotta go through it, they gotta navigate it as it's moving, and as there's booby traps, and there's fucking fucked up people throughout it that they're running into. Like, and I mean that they're having their own issues with one another.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like a weird sci-fi kind of like horror type movie. It's low budget. It's nothing crazy, but like. The concept's kind of fun. I liked it the first one I saw. And then I just found out there was 2 more that were made. So I found them online and watched them. And the second one's called Cube Hyperspace. And this one, the cubes are even more high-tech. Like they're literally in hyperspace. So it's like you're going through like space and time as you're going through the cubes. So like,
like every episode of fucking Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, it's
Everything changes.
It's weird, man, and they all predate Saw. Like I think the third and final film of the trilogy came out the year Saw came out. So it's kind of like I don't want to say Saw ripped it off, but it's the same kind of a little bit, yeah. And it's low budget.
I feel like there's a movie I watched like that. I don't think it was that one.
Yeah,
but I feel like there's a movie somewhat similar to that.
Yeah,
like Saw.
So I mean, if you're like into kind of like more like cheesy or low budget kind of sci-fi horror movies, it's not bad. Some of the acting in it's not great, and some of the effects are like corny, but like it's fun though. Like it's kind of like one of those ones that makes you think a little bit, and you don't know where it's going, and you don't know who's controlling the cube or how they're gonna get out. And, I won't spoil it, but like the government's involved, and like the first one you think it's aliens. It's like really out there, right? So,
oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of movies I've been going through, and even TV shows this week, man. Well, the one I've been trying to get you to watch, and I think everybody's been trying to get you to watch, the Doom Patrol.
Yeah,
the second season started,
yeah.
So I've been watching that, and I watched that's another one that you haven't finished watching is the Nosferatu one. I guess we're really into that.
Yeah,
it just started. The second
I have to finish it.
Man. Fucking getting good.
I don't know.
I like it.
I've been focusing on like knocking off a couple of the movies every week. Yeah,
I've been doing that too, right? I've been doing that as well. I've been having a lot of time still, right? So I've been trying to knock off movies here and there, right? But it's I don't know what it is. Lately, the TV shows I've honestly been focused more on TV shows like the Twilight Zone, the second series, the second season came out.
Yeah.
With I didn't know he actually directed, helped write it too. Some of the episodes on there. I thought he was more of a comedian. Jordan, what's his name?
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
No, he's a director now.
Yeah, but he wasn't even more funny when he was.
He was a comedian as Key and Peele. Yeah, he was part of that. Yeah, but then they stopped doing that, and then that's when he went off and did Get Out, the movie. That was a big deal because it was culturally relevant and like kind of like and a horror movie. He's a big fan of horror movies, and he had another movie called Us. That one's pretty fucking good too. Did you ever watch that? You should check that out. Have you ever seen either of his films? You gotta watch them, man. They're good. They're good horror films.
Well, that's the thing is I wasn't really paying attention to them in the beginning because I wasn't into the comedy right away, right? Like that. All that comedy stuff.
No, but he's like a director now. He's done 2 horror films. You should check them out. Like I mean, like again, they're kind of.
No wonder he's done the Twilight Zone kind of stuff then.
Yeah,
he's into that mindset, right? But
they're
really great. So I've only seen 2 so far.
I love the original Twilight Zone.
But
so
they drop all at once.
Out.
They drop all at once, and I don't know what actual streaming site. Like, I know where I can watch it, but I don't know what actual platform it's on, right? Because it should be on one platform if it's all being released the same day. I think it's CBC.
Okay.
But I think they still release it all in one shot.
Okay.
Right, which is weird.
I'll have to check it out because I've heard mixed things about the new Twilight Zone though.
It's different.
Because I'm a big fan of the original Twilight Zone.
You know what it's like? It reminds me.
I was a big fan of Outer Limits back in the day too, though. I used to like that show too. Outer Limits was kind of out there as well. Yeah.
Like what's that other one that they made the movie on? Banger. The fuck was that movie?
Banger.
Black Mirror. What was that movie called?
Oh,
video game one.
The virtual reality. Yeah.
But no, it's like little episodes like that.
Choose Your Own Adventure one where you kind of did that one, like where you had to
the actual movie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where you had to go through the movie.
Yeah.
But no, this is not what that's like. This is like that style of TV series.
Yeah.
Except every episode's different. Every episode's based on a different character. I like that too, where it changes it up, but it's all based on the Twilight Zone.
Right.
It's stuff that could be real, man. It could be.
They're all
psychologically fucking.
Yeah, they're all like that, right?
Which I love.
Yeah.
But I mean, because it keeps my head moving, right? Because it's always moving anyways. And it's better to be thinking about stuff like that than other shit that could get me in trouble.
Well, that's like Black Mirror when they said, "Hey, we're not putting out a season this year. It's too fucked up." That's what Black Mirror said. The creators were like, "We're not." Did you see that when they said that? They basically said. They made like I don't know, it was a tweet or whatever. The guy who does Black Mirror, they basically said, or the Black Mirror account, this happened months ago. They basically said the world's too fucked right now. We're not going to be releasing a season this year. I think it would just be wrong or something like that. Like, yeah, that's how. Like, when Black Mirror starts to say that, it would be too depressing. You're just like, whoa.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's what they said because like it's too real. Like if they put out anything, they could easily just rip from any of the things. Like, I
know it's hard. I'm wondering how that cartoon president show's doing. And the one that has voice of the cartoon. Yeah, yes, Bandersnatch.
Thank you. Yeah. That was fun. I liked that. I
always end up the same ending.
I also watched this new Will Ferrell movie on Netflix, the Iceland
Oh,
movie.
you were watching it? Is that what is that? The figure skating one?
It's almost like a fucking. It's almost like a Blades of Glory or something, but it wasn't. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's him and Rachel McAdams. They're like singers from Iceland and Eurovision. That's what it's called. Yeah.
I keep seeing it on there.
Yeah, Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. It's okay. I'm not gonna come here and tell you it was the best movie ever.
I know that's weird. Coming from you because you like Will Ferrell. You're all right with him.
I like him, yes, but I don't like everything he does.
I don't think anybody likes everything he does.
No, but I will say his movies in the past grew on me. Like there was a lot of movies. I mean, for fuck's sakes, the first time I saw Talladega Nights, I seen it in theaters. I think I was drunk. Maybe that had something to do with it. I hated it. I was like, that was fucking stupid. No, but that's what I mean. I love that movie now. But the first time I saw it, I left the theater like, what the fuck was that? I was like, that was stupid. Then I watched it again, and I was like, okay, it's kind of funny.
Of
comedy, yeah. But like I think like his best movies are behind him. You know what I mean? Like Anchorman Time, like that was.
Right? Like
I think so.
He's put in a lot of quite a few films.
This one was okay. It was nice. Like it was like it was a nice way to kill an hour. Like I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was fine. Like you know what I mean? Like I got some laughs, and it was a nice movie, but it was just like whatever, right?
But really, only to be honest with you, it's only day by day that I'm finding out stuff that's coming out, like TV shows, movies, stuff like that, right? Because they're not really announcing much yet because they're still not 100% sure. I'm still waiting to hear from that fucking Walking Dead. They keep teasing me on the thing, right?
Well, they said they teased that Rick's coming back. I just read the
right? They're teasing all this shit, man. First of all, you haven't seen the last episode from last season. Right. They didn't do the finale.
Okay.
So that one was never done. And then fucking all of this, the whole season 10, which is supposed to be the last one.
Last season, yeah.
But now they're saying a bunch of spin-offs. So who the fuck knows what's happening, man? And it's really fucking...
A fucking cash cow for them still. You think you're going to stop? Well, they need to end it. I think it's
I know you did.
I jumped shit fucking 2 seasons ago,
I know you
man.
did.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm funny, the thing that I'm laughing about is like, there's a few things. Like the baby figure, that whole thing there, he made it look like that was a Walking Dead thing.
Right.
That's why I kind of sent it to Peter, right? I said, "Here's a Walking Dead." I
saw that you tagged it,
right? Because I know you guys like Walking Dead. I was just because I was wanting to watch.
Listen, man, if you want to come and ask me anything about the Walking Dead show, you can spoil it for me. I don't fucking care because it probably already happened in the comics.
Yeah, well, I get
the whole comic.
The
comic's done.
Yeah, right? No, I get it. I understand that part.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about that. But I'm just wondering why you stopped really got lost. I guess too much different shows came out.
No, I just thought it got boring. To be honest with you, I thought
because you read the books first.
No, I just didn't like. I just didn't like it. Anyways,
I'm still telling you, Harvey, whatever the name is going to find a fucking Judge Judy. I'm going to find him for you, bro.
Harvey
Levinson? He's the guy with the fucking. I'm telling you. He's the guy with there you go. You get the Gita.
Feedback, yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta mute us when you put that music on it.
I think that's what's going on.
I think you didn't mute
us. So I got it figured out.
There you go. See, sometimes you figure these things out. Hopefully it works. But sometimes you get these things figured out in the spur of the moment. Yeah. Because when you're thinking about it right in the beginning, and then this is Nazim listening there too. When you're thinking about it right in the moment, there's a lot of fucking pressure on.
Yeah.
Especially when now that we do this live thing, Nico comes in here and fucking 10 minutes he has to do it within 10 minutes. And then if something goes wrong, just a little thing he forgets, it's going to drive him nuts because he knows we're going to have to go live. And that makes it even harder for him. So
the pressure's on.
Step back and stay.
Pressure's on.
Works in the simple solution first, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that
I just freak out.
Yeah, right. I know Nico he's like, fuck this. It's hot. It's fucking sweaty. I'm
like on that Zoom call again.
He's on a flashback to that Zoom call, man. That's crazy. No, but
anyways.
Yeah. Well, this has been nice.
This is fun, right?
Interesting. Yeah, it's been cool, bro. It's been nice to be back.
So this Friday, once again, before we sign off, another battle of 8 o'clock, Battle of the Bangers, 9. Yeah. Battle of the Bangers this Friday, 9 p.m. Ludacris versus 50 Cent, JT versus Peter. Please be here. Please come show your support by voting in the chat at that time. We could use the votes.
I can.
Yeah, there you go. And if it's not your thing, tell somebody else who it may be their thing, or just come through for a bit, show your support somewhere, right?
Good music, man.
Yeah, it's good
Sometimes
music.
fun.
Sometimes we put you on to some music you didn't know you liked, right? I heard that a few times actually from people, so that's been nice.
You know the hardest part? I know it's true. It's like even where my brother Josh
Yep.
forgot about songs and stuff like
Yep.
that. So hopefully he tunes in for the next one. I'm surprised he didn't get to tune into the 70s one because he was at a party that day.
Okay.
But
You'll have to let him know about this one this week. then.
because that 70s one, he would have. I think he would have. That's more his style. He likes that music.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm surprised that he didn't get a chance to check in on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll like some of the 60s music that me and Rob get to go on in a couple weeks and see how that goes. That's still a couple weeks talk in the talks down the road, right? And we still haven't figured out what years we're picking each, but it'll be a 60s
Yep.
battle, at least that. But for now, it'll be the Ludacris and Wolverine one, I think.
Wolverine.
I'm looking right here at the fucking comic, man. See what I mean about the fucking attention, man? I know. I caught the quarter. I caught the quarter.
Yeah,
of my eye.
Ludacris versus Wolverine. I check out that.
What up? Hey, please go in there. No,
Wolverine.
I don't like this one. Fuck off. That's it. Take his head off.
Yeah, watch out.
Right.
Shout out to your
It's all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's Levi, man. Oh fuck. You remember asking me if he remembers how hot this room gets? No, but it was winter time. I think.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it should be interesting. I'm not 50 Cent, Ludacris, not Wolverine. That battle.
Ludacris versus 50 Cent. Yeah.
Well, you know
check it
what?
out.
We should do scenes. Eh? Maybe we'll have Wolverine versus Deadpool. Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm just seeing all cartoon. I mean, comic book characters.
All right, time to wrap it up over there. What's your way back,
Sorry.
playback for today? Hopefully, you can get the sound working. You guys might have to let us know in the chat here before we sign off because we're having some sound issues when it comes to music today for whatever reason. I think some sort of
Malfunction.
sound input, output, or whatever the fuck's going on here. Now we've got this same room set up on two computers.
Yeah, it's weird.
What's your way back, playback for today?
I was gonna do it for. I don't know. I was listening to some Busta Rhymes, so I was thinking maybe I'll take the little Busta Rhymes. I was listening to Put Your Hands.
Yeah, put your hands on my hand. Well, honestly, what's it?
Put Your Hands.
Wait, oh, guys can see. That's it.
So it should be on there if you're looking for it, man. That should be.
I know the song, but I forgot the words for it for a second.
No, yeah, it is.
It's called something else, though. I don't think it's actually called that.
Oh yeah, hold on. Where is it? I was just looking at it. That's why I was having it. Yeah, Put Your Hands.
No, it is. Okay. I got it. All right. So with that being said, way back playbacks, Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See by Busta Rhymes. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Let us know your feedback about the new setup with the different angles here of me and Jay in the same room. I'm quite enjoying it. I think it works good. I mean, we're not directly looking at the camera the whole time, but if people are just watching us chatting, I think it's fine, right? I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was throwing me off.
I mean, I'm sure Julie will criticize it because, you know what I mean, we don't have great camera angles set up. She's probably going to find some sort of fault today. She knows her stuff, yeah.
She's already on me. I know, Julie. You don't have to write it in. You stop that typing right now.
But I don't mind the setup here, kind of how it is today. So I think we can move forward with this.
Yeah, it seems pretty good, man. I think everybody should be good with this. So hopefully, worst comes to worst, we might have to go back to the old setup back in the day. Back like from last week. Sorry, not back in the day, from last week.
JT in his car. No, I'm liking this.
I'll have to sit outside Nico's place and just
get sit on the balcony.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah,
I'll be on the balcony. You guys can get all the feedback. It'd be nice though, as long as that it has all that noise in the background.
Yeah,
right, which would be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be live from the ghetto. No,
from the ghetto.
That could be the new show. Hey, that could be a new show, live from the ghetto. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Here and there.
I know I did earlier when I put the sound off.
It's probably when because we are facing each other.
Yeah.
Right? So I think if we're talking a little bit too loud, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I can pick it up on maybe you can come on across my.
Oh, she digs it. Okay, thanks, Julie. Yeah.
Thanks, Julie.
Okay, look. So we got some good feedback here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for letting us know.
Thanks, Mike. No, I know the echoing is. I think it's because there's two mics in the one room.
Yeah.
So eventually.
Still got to be better than when we were sitting beside each other, though. I mean, they were even closer.
Exactly, which I don't understand too, but I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Anyways.
Yeah, I see. Mike said he thinks it's louder when like what I was saying, because it's when we both speak loud or
Yeah.
laugh loud. I think then it,
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
think it used to do that back before too.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a difference.
Yeah, fair enough. That's just my loud ass. Okay.
No, it's all funny. Man. It's all funny games, man.
Yeah.
It's all great, man. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's hard to really get that sort of just to keep it on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you need like little fucking things on here, and just so that it's directly.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
hard.
this is good though. I think it's working. So yeah, thanks again. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for talking to the chat, Mike and Julie and Nazim earlier. Once again, check out Brews with the Crew podcast. Shout out to them. You should be coming on as a guest soon, and then maybe they'll invite us on their platform. Who knows? Maybe.
Maybe we'll have Julie on for a thing.
And yeah, we'll get to talking about that. Like you mentioned, Rob earlier in the show didn't actually stay. Had plans for once. What the hell's going on? Rob didn't stick with us the whole episode. That's it.
That's it. He's cut off. He missed the song in the beginning. And that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, you know what? I don't want to hear.
I'm out.
I'm out. But no, Mike too. We gotta fucking get you and somebody battling. So don't worry. I'll make it work.
All right.
I'll make it work.
Okay, guys. Here we go. Buster Rhymes. Put your hands where my eyes can see. We're gonna try to figure out the sound. Let us know. If not, we'll cut off the minute in. All right. Later.
Peace out.